Good evening, everyone. My name is mcfcfantv, and welcome to Manchester City versus Borussia Dortmund in the first leg of the quarterfinals, the Champions League, or as people have put in the comments, the Cartel Cup. Hope we're all well. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring in tonight. I've got a little bit of a wingman, side partner who's going to come in and help. And here he is. Kurt, how are you, buddy?
I'm really well, mate. Not too bad. A rubbish sleep all this week, but apart from that, I'm really excited for this game. How about yourself, mate? Hope everybody in the chat's doing well and excited for this really fun Champions League game, which should be a bit of a cracker.
It should. What we're going to do, we'll say some hellos, and then me and Kurt will get into the team lineups for you all. Because Kurt, we were just having a chat off air there. Got some very interesting thoughts on the Dortmund lineup. Quite surprised he is. But,
I am, yeah.
He is. Let's say some hello. So we've got Abdu Diaz Mahrez. I think he's a Mahrez fan, mate. Ronnie Beaver's on. Let's have it. Evening, mate. He's back. Carl Blundell, who's let you back in, son. Hello, lads. How you doing, mate? PS4 kit packs. Vamos. Indeed. Socrates, bless him. Champions League. And I know you're not used to these kind of nights, mate, but nice that you coming to see us. Hope you're good anyway. I'm only joking, Socrates. Adam Quinn, hi guys, 3-0. Confident boy. Carl Blundell, hope everyone is good. I'm gutted after our draw to Palace. Don't start talking Everton within 2 minutes of you being back on. Cheers, Carl. You needed the win last night. Martin and Kurt, it's been a while. Hope your family are well. They are, mate. Mr. Krabs, come on, sitter. Charlie, he's on. Evening, buddy. Evening, all. Big Champions League night versus Dortmund. Come on, the boys in blue. Jack Lee is on. Good evening, Blues. Not too confident tonight. One of the few everyone seems dead confident. I'm getting my pre-match drinks in. Nerves calm. Kurt's just saying hello to everybody there, and they're all saying hello back. Everyone's just saying hello to each other, so I'm going to skip some of the hellos. Jack Lee is breaking it, to be honest. Confident, are we, Jack? Confident, mate. Sean Fockett, he's gone 3-1 to City. That's better. That's my prediction for tonight. I've gone 3-1. Leonard's on. Evening, buddy. This is our time. This is our sitter. Dupe is on. How are you, mate? How is Canada? Hope it's good, mate. City will win the quadruple this season. I hope so. Chris is saying close on the lineup. You were nowhere near, mate. Get lost. Nowhere near. Don't be guessing it now. We love you, City. We love you. Yeah, we do. Addy's on. Evening, buddy. Let's go, boys. So, what I'm going to do is, because everyone's just saying hi to me and hi to Hello King R7. Hope you're well, mate. Let's see. Does anyone else? Anyone for anyone else? Right. What we're going to do is we're going to jump into the lineups then. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through the lineups. First, I'll do the City one, and then I'll do the Dortmund one, and then we'll get Kurt's amazing analysis on what he thinks of the lineup. So, first of all, City are going to line up tonight at the Etihad. A steady edit in goal. Kyle Walker does retain his place at right back. Hashtag delicious. Stones and Diaz are in together. João Cancelo is going to take up the left fullback, not Zinchenko. Tonight it will be João the man. Tom will be an happy bunny. Two midfielders, and we've got Rodri as the holder with Mr. Whippy himself, Mr. Gundogan. And then we've got Phil, stop putting Iniesta Foden, KDB, who is captain this evening, and Riyad Mahrez, some will say surprisingly, retains his place. And believe it or not, up top, as what some have got it, is Bernardo Silva, but I think that will rotate a little bit, if I'm honest with you. Bench for Manchester City is Ake, Rasmus Sterling, Gabby Jesus, Sergio Aguero, Zinchenko, Zach Steffen, Emerick Laporte, Ferran Torres, Bendy Mendy, Fernandinho, Eric Garcia, and James Trafford. So 2 goalies on the bench for Manchester City tonight. The Dortmund lineup, and this is what Kurt is a little bit shocked about. Now, listen, the one thing you've not missed here on Man City Man TV is my pronunciations. Here we go. Hits is in net. Then they've got Murray, Can, Hummels, Akanji, Bellingham, as we know, the former Arsenal youth player, Birmingham youth player, sorry, not Arsenal, was linked with Arsenal, Dahoud, Guerrero, Ganaf, some guy called Haaland, don't know who he is, not got a clue who he is, and some guy called Marco Reus, who we've never heard of as well. And then their substitutes is Burke, Delaney, Hazard, Eden Hazard's brother, he's on the bench, Schulz, Brandt, Carvalho, Muna, Pishenk, can't remember his name, Tigers, Paslak, Reina, and some other guy. And the referee tonight is Oviedo Hatingan. There you go. Listen, I know you've not missed any of my pronunciations here on this channel.
Best part of the watch-along, mate. Best part of the watch-along.
While I'm getting in some of these comments of what other people think on this, what do you think of that lineup, of those lineups, buddy?
Well, obviously, I'll start with the City lineup. It's not too dissimilar to what I expected. I thought that Laporte was going to get in and Cancelo was going to be on the right of the defence, but it looks like it's going to be Walker and Cancelo. No surprise with the midfield three of De Bruyne, Rodri, and Gundogan. Phil Foden looked like a cert for the left side, and then I think the real surprise is who went. A lot of people would have probably thought it may be Kevin De Bruyne, but it looks like, I don't know if it's going to be Bernardo as the false nine or Kevin from the lineup. You can't really tell. And then obviously Mahrez on the right, keeping his place. I personally wouldn't have had him in. I would have had Gabby down the middle and stuck Bernardo on the right, but that's just me. In terms of like looking at the lineup just from the start, I'm pretty happy with the lineup. It gives us a lot of wiggle room in terms of bringing people off the bench. We've got Sterling, Gabby, Aguero, all able to come off the bench if nothing's going on and we need a bit of help there. So I'm really happy with the lineup. What I'm more surprised is this Dortmund lineup, mate. Their goalkeepers, they've kind of been split in time between Hits and Berkey, but Berkey's the one who usually gets the nod. So it's interesting to see that. Knaf up front is weird. He's only played like 40, I think like less than 50 minutes all season. So really weird for him going in there. The ones that you wouldn't be surprised at is obviously Haaland, Royce, Guerrero, Bellingham, Chan, Hummels, and Akanji, really. They're the ones that you would expect to be in there. But yeah, Dahoud getting in there, no Delaney. No Delaney in the starting lineup. No Witsel in the starting lineup. No Reina in the starting lineup. Obviously, Sancho's injured. Muniz not got the berth at right back. Obviously, it's Akanji at the moment. Yeah, Brandt's not really been getting much play time. And then when Hazard has been playing, he's not really been getting the games in the Champions League. He's been playing more of the league. So it's a really interesting lineup for them. I would have thought that they would have had one more man in the middle. I thought that they would have had someone in above Dahoud, but Dahoud gets the nod, so that's really interesting. But the real surprise is that the Knauf getting the berth on I believe it will be the left hand side or the right hand side for them. I don't know what that's all about. But yeah, I'm really excited.
Do you think it reminds me a little bit of Pep and Leon last year? Remember at this stage when Pep threw out a very weird lineup against Leon, and we all went, "What? What's all that about?" And we were like, "That's a bit strange and a bit weird." Seems Dortmund seems to have done this because let's be honest, the manager they currently have, he hasn't out to play for. The Dortmund replacement's already in from right. I think it's somebody's due to take over.
Yeah, he's taken over this summer. Marco Rose from Gladbach to Dortmund.
So the guy who's in at the moment, I had his name earlier and I can't remember his name. If you've got it, Kurt.
Doesn't matter because he's getting sacked.
Well, exactly. And it must be hard for him because he's probably this is a free hit for him all the way through.
Well, they're in a difficult spot, mate, because they're 7 points off Champions League spots in the Bundesliga. They lost to the guys who were above them in the league, Eintracht Frankfurt 2-1. Frankfurt's obviously having going into a really decent form this season, getting back Jovetic on loan. Andre Silva's doing well for them up top. But yeah, it's a really interesting spot for Dortmund because it's kind of a stick or twist. They kind of want to get out of it. In a way, they kind of want to get out of this Champions League as quick as possible to focus on the league. But in the same time, it's Champions League. You can't just say, oh, well, we'll niff out of it. So it's one of those. It's a bit of a stick or twist situation for them. And I think the first leg will decide a lot for them, because I think if we can wrap up 2 or 3 goals, we'll probably see them having, depending on their fixtures, might just say, you know what, it's going to be one step too far for us. So it's a really, really important for me. Like I said, I spoke in the comments the other day. I think the most important thing for us is keeping a clean sheet, honestly, is to not have to deal with an away goal going into the second leg. But that's my personal view on it. It's still a strong team. I think it's a lot more defensive. It's a lot more defensive. A few of these players on the Dortmund side I haven't watched a huge amount of. Obviously, like everyone knows the standard ones like Chan and Hummels and all those guys that we've seen for years. But a few of the other players I haven't seen as much. Akanji's decent right back, left back. Sorry, he's been doing really well. So it's an interesting one, but based on the strengths of the lineups, you'd have to favour City quite heavily if you're a neutral looking at it.
I mean, you got to look at Dortmund. For me, they've won 2 out of the last 5 in the league. Currently 5th out of 27 games played. They've won 13. They've lost 10, which you just think is unimaginable for a Dortmund team over the last few seasons. They've been up there neck and neck with Bayern, and Bayern has sort of pulled away around about the March time. But they've always sort of been close. Jadon Sancho, is that a big positive for us that he's not playing?
Well, of course, because outside of Haaland, who's got 21 goals in the league for him this season in 21 appearances, the next highest scorer is Sancho with 6. Yeah. So it's quite evident if Haaland doesn't score, Dortmund don't score. It's basically the way of it, right?
Yeah.
In terms of assists outside of Sancho, the main 2 guys to watch is Guerrero from the left berth at the midfield and Royce from either the right or the left, whatever side he plays on. They're the guys who are going to be creative and do things with the ball. So they're the people we got to watch in terms of when Dortmund are in possession. But yeah, Dortmund really are this season very much as Sancho and Haaland been carrying them all season, pretty much, with Hummels doing what he can at the back, chipping in with goals and being a leader, like pretty much played the most minutes by far for the team. Obviously an exceptional player. We've all seen Hummels for years. We know what a quality player the geezer is. So yeah, it's one of those, mate. If Royce and Guerrero, if they don't get on the ball that much, it's going to be difficult for them. They're probably going to drop into a 5 in midfield a lot with that lineup, I expect. Yeah. Royce just playing a little bit behind Haaland, but it's interesting because obviously they play so differently without Sancho when he's not in the team. So it's really hard to say because it's quite a different setup from what they normally. Obviously, the same formation, but the player difference is going to change a lot of it, right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen Knaf. I haven't seen him play. He's played less than 50 minutes all season, so he's one of those. I don't know. He's a real wild card. He could be a quality player who's just been injured or had problems, or he could be absolutely naff. But who knows? But like I said, on the strength of the lineups, I can't see anything but a City win. But as a City fan, we'll see. That's all I can say. Yeah. We will see because we know what it's like, mate.
I'm going to ask you on the City lineup in a moment because I'm very pleased with it. But I think it's very intriguing. Andy's put same team as Blue Moon. We did expect Sterling and Sergio to play. In Pep, we trust.
Definitely.
Carl's on about Andrea Silva. Kieran May says, perfect lineup for me. SOS says, butterflies are kicking in. Don't worry,
Same, mate.
No, it'll be fine. Same, mate. I'm dead relaxed and dead positive on this game.
I was, and as soon as I've jumped on the stream, mate, it's a slow rise of this, nerves kicking in.
I think Chris is throwing the slow grenade in. I think Pep is picking form players. I wonder why he's putting that comment in. Hi, Martin and Kurt. Come on, Super City, says Let's Chow Blue. Charlie Everett says we now have Martin Tyler and Jeff Shreves.
So I'm Jeff Shreves.
Apparently
Fair enough.
Well, you can be Jamie Carragher.
No, I'm all right, mate. I don't
Dortmund back line is shocking.
It is not good.
I've got to be honest with you. Get your teeth in mine. I don't have a clue what he's on about there. Hit the like button, guys. Yes, please hit that like button. So, Kurt, the City lineup, I'm quite happy with that.
Same, mate.
I'm shocked that there's no striker, because I think every time we've played our best football, it's been a false 9, and we've never rolled out a striker. I'm happy with Foden. A little bit surprised maybe on Mahrez. Some people would say after his performance, which I don't think was overly bad on Saturday. It was his finishing that was bad.
It's the thing with the Morris selection I've literally just thought of is he's probably getting selected today because he's got no chance in hell of playing against Leeds on Saturday.
Good point.
And it might just be a case of this is one of those selections that it's not like Mahrez is a bad player and he's terrible. He's been so out of form. He's just had 5 or 6 good opportunities to put it in the back of the net and hasn't done it, which is frustrating. But I can't see him playing against Leeds. So getting him on the pitch and resting Sterling for that fixture, it's all part of this rotation ticking process. You know, there's all these things come into it. And I think what's important tonight, like I said, is really just keeping that clean sheet, being defensively solid and trying to take our chances when we can get them. Because, like I said, the defense is not great. They're chopping and changing their goalie all the time. They're basically splitting minutes at the moment. They don't really know their best back line, you know. They've got Chan, who's really a defensive midfielder, stuck centre-back all season. So it's one of those. But let's not forget, their defence is shit, but Hummels is good. Let's not have that other two ways. Quality defender.
Yeah. Who would you say as the forward then? Because now everyone's gone down as Bernardo as being the forward.
That's what BBC have got it down as.
I don't have that.
I don't believe so.
Mahrez will be the one more do.
No, I think it'll be Kevin.
Back in. I think it'll be Mahrez and maybe Bernardo on the right.
I think it'll be Kevin.
Yeah, possibly.
Because I spoke to Chris a lot about this, and when I was doing a lot of analysis I was doing about Bernardo and Cancelo. I noticed that when Cancelo plays on the right, Bernardo's always in the midfield, and when Cancelo plays on the left, Kevin's usually always up as the false 9. So it's just like a little thing that I noticed. So I expect Kevin to be the false 9.
Well, a few people have agreed with you, unless it's been announced on BT.
But it could change. It could be half an hour of him up there, then Bernardo goes up there based on certain things.
We might have a West Brom. Might do a West Brom situation where we just rotate. Andy's put KDB false 9. Leonard's gone KDB. So unless that's been announced by BT, obviously we don't have the sound on here. Obviously for copyright reasons, we don't want to get into trouble. Jack Lee's on double playing his class, never out of form for long. Jack, as far as I'm aware, I know you said you've been cloned. We are realising it, don't worry, mate. So we'll be careful. Oh, they are gone already.
We'll keep them out, mate. There's enough of us on anyway, mate, so we should be able to catch any silly business going on.
Yeah, so are you surprised of the Cancelo Walker? Because I know a lot of people thought Zinchenko was going to go in at left back.
No. Like I said to you, my back four, what I predicted yesterday, what I would have liked to see is I would have liked to see Cancelo on the right, Laporte, Diaz and Stones as like 3, and then Laporte on the left side of it. But the other option that I would have had as my second best option of what I would have chose is exactly what Pep done. Walker on the right, Cancelo on the left, because Walker can play the invert of Laporte on the left side. On the right side, he can play as a third centre-back, which he's done plenty of times for us, England, lots of places. So we've got so much fluidity and options in what we do and how we set up and what sides we plan to attack, because it's quite clear that we're going to be attacking a lot down the left with Cancelo and Foden and Gundogan, and the right's going to be a lot more about when we have Mahrez in the team on the wide right, expect that switch of play where we have long build up on the left, gets drawn back to our left back sprays it 40 yards cross field. Mahrez does what he always does, pings it, touches it out, absolutely sticks it to his foot and creates a chance. We have that. That's what I think Mahrez's biggest strength when he plays on the right wing is. He may be being able to have offer that switch of play, so expect to see that this game a lot as well.
Well, Dale's gone 3-1. He's in Dublin in Ireland. Very nice. Better be good. I don't know. Or he's responding to Carl. I think KDB Oasis is Brian Gardner. He's a number 9. He's better at creating the chances.
But that's the thing with the false 9, Brian, is that they can drop in, and it's all about just movement. And the thing of what's so good about our players is so many of them are so intelligent. They know, like, if one person moves, like if Kevin De Bruyne wants to move inside, Bernardo will go to the right, Mahrez will move inside and cover the spaces.
They're going to switch around.
Yeah, exactly. But I used to be of the opinion that I liked Kevin De Bruyne deeper, but I'm starting to slowly think that Kevin's just so good. You could play him deep, you could play him centre back or centre forward. He'd be just as good. He's just too good of a footballer. Yeah, he's just too good of a footballer.
I'm going to have to ask this because this is the night we get to see him fully. Haaland, and I'm not going to make tonight all about Mr. Erling Haaland. BT have already done a little skit of
I see that, yeah.
And the Roy Keane situation. But tonight will be good to see. It's just a shame it's not the full strength Dortmund around him. You know, we're going to have to see what he's like. I'm looking forward to seeing Bellingham. You know, I thought he did very well for England in the internationals.
Yeah.
So I am looking forward to seeing. There's one good thing Dortmund are good at is picking out a youngster, bringing him through, selling him on for a tidy little profit. But they are very good. Probably the best team in Europe right now of plucking out a youngster, bringing him in, getting him playing some proper football for a season or two, and then off you pop to a bigger.
I think that's the key. That's the key thing that I think a lot of people don't get is it's all well and good bringing in the youngsters, but you've got to have the coach and staff and the understanding and the sort of what's the word, like they got a track history of doing it. So players know no matter what your age, if you go to Dortmund, you're going to get your opportunity. You're going to get to play in Europe. You're going to get put in the shop window. And if you get a good offer for you, Dortmund are going to get you go. So it's one of those. Yeah. Jude looks like a top player. I know everyone was laughing and making fun of Birmingham City when they're like retiring, making statues and all this nonsense about him. But you can understand why they were really sad to see him leave. And he's obviously an exceptional talent. I haven't watched I've watched a decent amount of him, but he really looks very mature. And I think what he's got is a bit of physicality about him. Obviously, being very young, he's quite physical in that midfield, and he's going to be a good player. And it's only good for England in the future having more players in that position. But yeah, Haaland's going to be interesting to watch. It's going to be tough for him tonight, I think.
Well, he's got Stones and Diaz to contend with tonight, which I think will be really, really good. I think it'll be a really good battle. But I see City dominating this, if I'm totally honest. And I think if we play to our potential, I think we could have 1.5 foot, well, 1.5 feet, should I say, into the semi-final tonight. I think we really could. I've said 3-1. Looking now at that Dortmund team, I'm probably going to go for 3-0. Because I was expecting, like you said, a far stronger Dortmund side than what's come out tonight. Maybe he's thinking, keep it tight, keep it, put them under pressure, pat that midfield out.
That's what it seems like to me. It seems like he's looking to pack the midfield and look to play counter-attacking.
And then go back to theirs. Well, I know we probably won't be playing.
Yeah, try and nick it 1-1, 1-0, that sort of thing. Take it back to the other side, yeah.
But what we've got to do is if you remember this tonight, and this is going to sound really daft on an analogy. Remember when we played Sheffield United and they come and they packed out that midfield and we couldn't get any balls through and it was little dinks over the top all the time and we had to just be patient all the time. And I think for the first 10, 15, 20 minutes, it might be a case of being a little bit patient, letting them come at us, finding the gaps, finding the space. And because the pockets of space will come. And I think that's why this team's good for me, because we will rotate. It will be a different player in a different position at some times. So Dortmund won't be able to keep that. They're going to have to be so patient and so, disciplined to keep that midfield as tight as they can. Because if we find that key to unlock, I think Dortmund are going to be
I actually think our strength in this game is going to come from the wide areas. I think if we can get Mahrez and Foden isolated against their fullbacks, they're going to cause them all sorts of problems. And Kevin De Bruyne's movement in between the lines is going to bring Chan. Chan's going to get dragged out of position, and then Gundogan gets that free run on the left-hand side channel for what he does best at the moment, and that's putting the ball in the back of the net. I think we've got a lot of ways we can win this game and a lot of ways we can get out this Dortmund team. But like I said, I'm just going to say it again, and I don't care how many times I need to say it. The most important thing for me is keeping a clean sheet. I honestly don't care if we go there 0-0. I honestly don't care. The most important thing for me is we conceding a goal will be a problem for me. clean sheet is paramount. But
Andy Blue
let's
Moon.
see what some of these boys for. 5-1 for Andy Blue Moon, mate. Much more confident than me. I'm going to stick with the prediction I had yesterday, which was 2-0. That's what I think it will be. But like I said, keeping that 0 next to the Man City, keeping the 0 next to the Dortmund score is the most important thing to me.
Chris Baker's gone. I'd hate to say it, but you two are great at this. I put it down to Kurt.
Cheers, mate. I'll tell you what, I'm bloody freezing in my house. I don't
know. Do you
know
he's an absolute getting. So glad to see Martin back over the other All-Starters good, if I'm honest. Get lost, Jack Lee. You're just causing problems, mate. Have you banned the real Jack Lee? Thank you, though, mate. Ronnie, 3-0. He's with me. I've gone 3-0.
You know if it's the real Jack Lee, because it's got the beer emoji every time.
Oh no, he even copied him on that as well.
Oh, did he? Bloody hell. Got high tier cloners, haven't we, tonight? Oh God.
Hey, they're getting better and better now.
Oh, I know. They keep evolving, just like cybersecurity, innit? You know what I mean? You keep on making these things, and they just keep on getting better at breaking them.
They're just doing the Champions League anthem. It's a shame there's not 58,000 people there booing it. But
yeah,
Ronnie Beaver's joining. He's
good
booing.
Good lad.
Do you know what I found funny just before we get going the other day? Did you see the Haaland things when he was going into the hotel? And he had a sky blue mask and a sky blue backpack, and everyone was going, "He's going to City. He's going to City because he's wearing a sky."
I can't remember who said it, but there was someone in the comments yesterday who made a really funny comment about it. Sorry for whoever it is that said it. I can't remember who it was. They were like, "Don't worry. When he goes to Real Madrid, he'll be wearing a white bag and a white face mask. It's all part of the thing, innit?" And I was like,
"Is this where we're going?"
Spot on, mate.
It's like, are we that desperate? We're holding on to what colour bag someone's wearing now. It's like, come on.
Yeah, I know, right?
You just imagine me in a Riola, can't you? Wear this bag. It'll make you look good going in here.
No, of course it is. Of course it is.
Hey, maybe if he wasn't whoring him around Europe.
Yeah, BT have lined it up as Bernardo as the false nine, so we'll see whether they're right or not with that one.
Well, Carl Blundell says, Dortmund missing Hakimi.
Yeah, Hakimi, he was it was phenomenal, but he was only on loan, was he not?
He was on loan from Real Madrid.
So that's what you get when you get players on loan.
Yeah.
They're really good for you, and then they naff off and you get nothing for it.
Are you listening, Tottenham?
That's kind of what happens, mate.
Well, thank you. Right. They're just coming up. Again, the lineups. They've got Hits, Murray, Akanji, Hummels, Guerrero, Dahoud, Emre Can, Bellingham, Ganath, Haaland, and Royce.
This is weird. They've got Guerrero lining up as left back, Chan as the centre, and Akanji as a centre back. So I don't know whether that's right as well. I'm not too sure about that.
I will be honest, I did think Guerrero was going to go as their left full back.
I thought he would have been in the midfield and I would have had Akanji at full back, but maybe I'm completely wrong. We will soon see when they start actually playing football, because I think it's modern day football in general. What names are put on the team sheet and what they actually play is a bit of a different kettle of fish.
I've got to say, what I mean? I want Haaland to sign.
I'm not going to make this a hard.
No, hang on. I am not Brad Pitt. But he is one ugly git. Erling Haaland. And I understand I'm not Brad Pitt. And I look like the back end of a bus. But, come on.
I always said, mate, it doesn't matter to me what you look like unless I'm going to be, partnering you. Other than that, doesn't matter to me, mate.
Needs a haircut. #haircut.
I think we all need a haircut. My personal haircut didn't look too bad the first week, but now it's grown out a bit. It's not looking too great, lads.
Well, we are off. And Dortmund, because City are going from left to right, and Dortmund are going from right to left as we speak. Kurt is going to be joining us. He might stay for a minute or two while we get
I'll stay for the first couple of minutes. And what I'll do, guys, if there's any crazy incidents that happens, I'll jump in, have me take any goals or whatnot. I'll come in, and then just before halftime, I'll jump back on. So I'll keep you guys company at halftime while Martin does his normal thing. And like I said, boys, enjoy the game. If I come back on and my TV's not on mute, make sure I'm muting it, Martin. And I'll see you guys in a bit. I'm in the comments if anyone wants to chat and whatnot. And up the city, mate. Up the city.
Yeah.
See you in a bit, boys.
See you in a bit, mate. So there's Kurt, who will be joining us in and out as we're going along. But City, 52 seconds in, Kyle Walker's on the ball. Back to Rodri, back to Kyle Walker. City are shooting towards the south stand as we speak, where the 1894 group would normally be situated with their big flags and everything on a night like this. And Dortmund are shooting towards the family stand. That would probably be empty on a night like this. But here we go. City now probing down this left-hand side. So it's into Cancelo, all the way back to Diaz, going to square it across to Johnny Stones. Johnny Stones onto Kyle Walker, all the way back to Johnny Stones. Minute 30 on the clock. I take it back. Let's hope 3-0. Martin, are you back full time? I'm back to the watch-alongs, mate. But yes, I am back now. Come on, City 0-0. We will do. Hope for a 1-0. I'm hoping for a 3-0. But Dortmund now. Goalkeeper clears that up in the air. He had 2 or 3 plays around him for pressure. Erling Haaland now gets the ball, sprays it onto Emre Can. Onto Bellingham now on the Dortmund right, City left. He's got Ruben Diaz with him. Cancelo does well. And that should be, oh, come out, Edison. And that's going to be a goal kick. I wondered what was going on there. So it was Dahoud, not Emre Can. I said Emre Can. It was Dahoud or Dahoud. Is it Dahoud? Dahoud? Anyway, it was the number 8 for Dortmund. Cancelo now onto Johnny Stones. He's got Erling Haaland and Royce in front of him. He's going to spray it out to the right to Kyle Walker. 2:50 approaching on the clock. Into Riyad Mahrez. Back to Rodri. Rodri gets fouled, and that should be a free kick to Manchester City. Emre Can does drop Rodri there. Now it's back on to John Stones. Quick free kick. Come on, Blues. 3 minutes in. It's City 0, Dortmund 0 in this quarter-final first leg of the Cartel Cup. And Dahoud there does well and dispossesses. But Kyle Walker picks up the loose ball. Back to Rodri. Back into Johnny Stones. Go on, Cancelo. Go on. Breezes past Erling Haaland like he's not there. I told you he's a bag of crap, him. Foden onto Cancelo. Foden to Cancelo. Gets away with that. I thought he left that too much. But Dortmund do well. Dortmund are doing as what Kurt said and I said. They seem to have a bank of 5 in that midfield at the minute. And Mahrez lets that rolls under his foot. And out of play for a throw-in to Borussia Dortmund. I hope it's not like the last time we played Dortmund here, where it became the Joe Hart show and we got battered. But it was a totally different City and a totally different Dortmund team the last time we played them. I will admit that. And it was, if anyone remembers that, it was the Joe Hart show for 90 minutes. Mahrez now gets tackled there by, I think it's I'm trying to think of these Dortmund players. Number 16, Akanji. Hello, Robert Robertson. How are you, buddy? Hope you're good. 4.5 on the clock. City 0, Dortmund 0. There's not really been any action within either box so far. The closest we've come is to a ball popped in the air, and Edison did well with it. Gundogan now. Dortmund come away with the ball. Looks like KDB is actually the one through the middle, so it looks like Andy and a few others were right. Looks like Kevin De Bruyne through the middle as the number 9 at the moment. Hey, Martin, what's up? Hello, Harry. Hope you're good, mate. Marco Reus now. Dortmund coming through. Erling Haaland. Back to Haaland now on the left-hand side. Plays it into Marco Reus. Marco Reus sprays out to the right-hand side for Dortmund. Reus onto Dahoud. Let's have a look. No, I'm trying to see which one was that looks like. It's on to Hummels. Back to Akanji. Back up to Emre Can. I'm just trying to, once I know which numbers everyone is, I'll be fine. I know the City players inside out. City do well there to come out with it. 5, poaching 6 minutes on the clock. Kyle Walker now coming down the right-hand side into Mahrez to Kevin. Back to Mahrez. Lovely ball, and Kevin's away here. Kevin is away here. Kevin, lovely ball, and it just was going to be spread out to Gundogan, and the Hood does well there to stop that, intercept it, and Dortmund get back possession. Not allowed to show you the game, mate, because of copyright. It does say that in the description, buddy. We're not allowed to show the game. We're not going to get the channel shut down. That's why it's called a watch along. I watch it and I commentate along, mate. Dortmund now, that was too easy through Gundogan and Rodri there. Royce now up against Diaz. Royce comes inside, back to Erling Haaland. Haaland onto Bellingham. Bellingham, twist, turn. Bellingham gets the shot away. Edison does well there. Emre Can now. We know he likes to hit them from his Liverpool days. And that's going to be a corner to Borussia Dortmund. The first real little bit of action in the whole game. And Bellingham sort of left Kyle Walker there. And he got a good left foot shot in there from the youngster, former Birmingham lad. Edison does well there, pushes it out. And that's the first real attacking anger by either side around that 7-minute mark. Corner to Borussia Dortmund. Got some big boys in the box. Ball comes in. Bellingham again. Bernardo just hacks that clear. Little bit of composure. There's Edin Terzic, the man who we all know is going to be leaving his post at the end of the season. Current caretaker manager. Jack Lee, my head is spinning. I'm not going to be able to. Of course you will, mate. Don't worry. And as Chris says, can't show the game. We're not allowed, as you know. Shouldn't be your first rodeo, guys. If you are new here, thank you for joining us. Make sure you hit that subscribe and that like button. Hits the ball. I'm going to make a lovely analogy out of this. Hits the ball into touch. And Ruben Diaz, the Portuguese man of war, before Chris goes, that's a jellyfish. Stop calling him a jellyfish. 8:40 on the clock. Rodri now. Ted Davis, we're not allowed to show the TV. Do you not know how a watch along works, mate? Bernardo now on the City right-hand side. Plays it into Riyad Mahrez, into KDB. KDB now. Plays it back to Mahrez. 9 minutes on the clock. Mahrez, little left foot, little dink. Switches the play over to Cancelo. Cancelo over to the left-hand side. Phil Foden back to Gundogan. Phil Foden now. Go on, Phil. Inside to Bernardo Silva to Kyle Walker now. 9:20 on the clock. Dortmund staying resolute in their positions so far. Like I said, flooding that midfield. Ball over the top now to Riyad Mahrez. Lovely cushioned header to Bernardo Silva. He's got 2 or 3 round him. Back to Riyad Mahrez. Riyad Mahrez. And the ball, has it gone out for a corner? I think it has. That's a corner to Manchester City. How many times do I say what in the stream? So Ruben Diaz, 10 minutes, bang on the clock now. And all the big boys coming up. Diaz, Stones, Rodri. But as I said, Dortmund have got some big boys of their own. KDB to take this right-footed outswinger. The referee wants a word with somebody. It's going to be with Bernardo. And Dahoud. He's obviously seen something he doesn't like. We don't get asked it that much, can't believe it or not, mate. Generally on the Champions League nights, we get it. Ball in now from KDB. Here we go. Ball in. And that is awful. That is crap, that. That was garbage, that corner. Yeah, better delivery than that, Kevin. was just sort of dinked into the 6-yard box right at the front, and Dortmund cleared it like piss easy. 11 minutes on the clock. City again going to have another go at this corner. KDB again drills it. Oh, and onto the head. Falls to Foden. Oh, it's just over. Oh. That was City's first real chance. It was a great header there by Ruben Diaz, and Foden was unmarked, come down, right foot volley, and he sort of ballooned it just over the bar. We'll bring Kurt in a minute, and we'll see how he thinks the opening 10, 12 minutes have gone. We'll see what Kurt thinks about it. Marla's a little low. 12 minutes, mate. What do you think so far?
Now that I remember to mute and unmute my mic after the old starter stream last night, I'm all right. Yeah, it's been a bit of a typical Champions League 10 minutes, really. Bit nervy from both teams at times. A little bit of loose possession. Saw Morris go roll through it. Saw there obviously them get a little bit of a chance with Bellingham. It's been a bit of a nervy one, but I think what we'll start to see in the next 5 or so minutes is City just knock the ball about a bit more controlled. Like I said, I think the build-up on our left-hand side is going to be our strength with Gundogan, Cancelo, and Foden on that side. Morris staying high and wide on the other side, offering the switch of play, and then hopefully Kevin can find those pockets of space, which he seems to be doing. Him and Bernardo seem to be swapping constantly in that false nine, but it seems to be Bernardo picking more of a central position and Kevin a little bit off the right. It seems to be the setup as more of like a 4 up front, more than like a 3. But it's fine at the moment. It's what you expect in the Champions League, sort of figuring out the pattern of the game, everyone's formation, what the setup's like, you know. But
it's exactly what I thought.
Not too disappointed.
I thought it was going to be a bit slow at the first 10, 15, 20 minutes, sort of try and pick the space. I think patience is the key tonight. I think the openings will come. But one thing I will say, I think Dortmund have been very resolute with that midfield at the minute. You look, they're not breaking. They're not breaking cover at any point. They're staying.
I tell you that Knaf lad, I've obviously only seen him for 13 minutes, like the rest of you boys, but he looks like a decent little player. To be fair, like I said before the game starts, he could be a bit of a wild card on that side because no one really knows what he's like. No one. City won't have any real information on him, you know. Well, so it's one of those. But like I said, try and keep Royce off the ball on their side. Try and make Haaland have to come deep for it, you know.
Where was Gnaf now? He seems to have a
bit of a free roll.
There, he does seem to have that. Walker's done well there.
It seems like Royce is dropping back into the midfield a bit, and Knaf's allowed to just go lateral across that front line, left or right, depending on where their players really. So we have to keep an eye on him because, like I said, it's just a bit of a wild card situation. They said on the commentary they're surprised that he got the start. They're saying he's a young kid. As I said, I didn't really know much about him, but one of those. Got to just keep an eye on him. The defense looks really, really, really solid for me so far. I think we need to get a little bit more control in the midfield at the moment. That's the only thing I'd say is they seem to be getting a little bit ahead of the midfield battle when they're dropping that extra play.
I think there's a couple of little balls that Dortmund have played that have got through Gundogan and Rodri a bit too easy. They seem to split them a little bit too easy.
But it's I think in midfield in football, it's all about finding the rhythm and finding like that where those 5 yards that you need to be to cover the passing lanes. Because if someone's dropping deep on the right-hand side, it's 2 extra passing lanes that you've got to be aware of. And then the fullback's got to also be aware of that. So, like we always say, I'm so confident no matter what the scoreline is going into halftime, Pep's going to figure out what they're doing, what they're trying to accomplish, and he's going to combat it. So that's what makes him the best coach in the world, is just his understanding of tactics and being able to change things on the fly.
Right, cheers, mate. We'll bring you back in.
Join it. I hope everyone else is as well. Nervous,
Yep. I know. Tell me. There you go. There's Kurt with his first 12, 30 minutes of the game so far. No, Fernandinho is not playing, buddy. That's my only little bit of a worry the first 15 minutes. Rodri is a little bit not commanding them balls through as much. Right, Diaz now. Going to play the ball up to Phil Foden. Phil Foden now on the City left back to Cancelo into Ruben Dias. Approaching 16 minutes. And this is a cagey, nervy, that was a bit lucky. Game of chess at the moment. Couple of swipe balls and hits. Isn't going to be a back pass that because it did get swiped. Was a miss hit. Bellingham does look lively, Ronnie. He certainly does, especially on that side. But so does, I've got to agree that Genaf's, he's like Kurt said, he's an unknown. City won't have scouted him probably a lot. So we'll have to see what happens. The pitch, as Kurt is saying, and Charlie saying, it's cutting up a little bit. If you look now, there's chunks all over the place already. And we played, 16 minutes? And the pitch is cutting up a little bit. Haaland does really well there. Back to Genaf now. It's on to Bellingham, and Kyle Walker does well there to get that out of touch. "17 minutes now, and City have the throw in. Kyle Walker to take. Bang right in front of what my seat would be if I was there at the Etihad right now. Bang right in front of it. Bernardo. And loses it, and Genaf's away here. Goes into the box, and Diaz sort of takes deflection gunning and picks up that loose ball. We're just a little bit sloppy at the minute, a little bit sloppy, giving the ball away in dangerous areas at the minute. We need to just compose, just relax. Nobody's really, for me, dictating the play at the moment. So we'll have to see who can get hold of it. Well, like Kurt said, Pep won't let this carry on forever. Here comes out Emre Can now, the former Liverpool man. Plays it straight into the foot of Mahrez. KDB. Go on, KDB. He's got Phil to his left. It goes there. Phil. Oh, it's Mahrez. Picks it up. Yes! Kevin! Get in! Mahrez with the assist. Kevin with the finish. 1-0 City. Get in.
We take those, lads. That's how we do. We take those. I'll tell you what. Kevin just brushing the man off, saying, "Fuck off, naff off, mate. My ball, mate." Puts it to Foden. Foden with a great ball across the box. Mahrez a little bit off it. Wasn't really expecting it, I don't think. Does very well to keep it alive. Picks out the pass. And who's there to tuck it home? Our captain. Our Ginger Prince himself, the man, the myth, the legend, Kevin De Bruyne. What a man. 1 shot, 1 goal. Like Chris says, we need to sell him because he's rubbish.
And when we say Ginger Prince, we don't mean Chris. We're talking about
we're talking about the real Ginger Prince. Sorry, Chris.
We're talking about the one with real skill. I've got to say, that's all come through Emre Can making an absolute mess of a ball out straight into Mahrez. Mahrez onto Kevin. Kevin with a driving run. Absolute driving run that they just did. And Emre Can was out of position by that point because he'd come forward, give the ball away, and Kevin just drives into the empty space.
Yep.
And on to Phil.
Credit to Mahrez for
big credit,
time and picking out the pass. Because at the end of the day, I thought he messed it up too, mate, but he recovered it so well. And that's what he's got, is he's got a bit of calm. He's calm, very calm player, isn't he? We love to see it. Let's go. 1-0. We really needed it. The game was getting we were losing the ball a little bit too much in midfield. Like I said, I'm not happy with the control of midfield at the moment, but wow, really happy to be up with our first proper chance of the game. It's what we all wanted. It's what we all wanted.
I don't think that'll change Dortmund so much. I think 1-0, Dortmund will be happy with that.
Of course not. It won't change Dortmund's game plan, but it will help our players settle down a little bit. And like I said, it would be nice to see us get a little bit more control. We're looking a little bit like Bernardo and Foden look a little bit like they're running for the sake of running rather than pressing with intent, which is a little bit wasteful in my opinion. I don't think you should be wasting your energy like that, because if you're not pressing in packs, it's a waste of time, in all honesty. So we need to do a little bit of calming down, but the goal will help. We're getting Kevin De Bruyne on the ball now with Mahrez on the right. So, really happy. What about you, mate? I'm sure you're chuffed to bits to get that goal in nice and early.
I'm over the moon. I think it settles us down. Like I said, I don't think it'll change Dortmund. Dortmund's game plan at all. Because remember, this is 180 minutes. This is not just 90. We've got 2 games of this, and I think Dortmund will, Dortmund can go with this 1-0 defeat. I think they'll be happy. If I'm honest with you, but I think what we've got to do, I'm with you. The midfield worries me a little bit. You know me. I love Rodri. I love Rodri completely. But it's exactly as I said. I said it would come. I thought they'd pack the midfield and it would have to come through an error. You find the gap, and they went. The gap just came because Emre Can came out into the space. The space was there. Kevin onto it. I think Phil did tremendous. I think that it was. I'm just happy with the goal. But now I want to go and capitalise on it. I want to push a bit more. I want to stabilise.
Yeah,
but well, that's great by Walker. That's
what the false 9 offers you, because it allowed Kevin to drop into that space, and then the centre back. Does he come? Does he go? When Chan gets moved there, he has to press the ball, and then that leaves the space for the wide pass out to Foden, and then the overlap to the other side. The space is already there, so it's all down to him. Because if a striker was there, it would have been an attacking midfielder in that position, and the defender wouldn't have had to make a decision. Because
I think we're going to look at Foden's ball as well, because that ball was
exceptional movement all round.
Yeah. Because if you look, that defender can't touch it because he's going to put it in his own net. The keeper can't come for it, so no one has to touch it. It's a killer ball. It was a killer ball.
Yeah, but like I said, credit to Mahrez for getting his head up, being calm, not going hard. Didn't get the chance to score myself, putting it away. And
I think that's what Mahrez has improved on for me. I think Mahrez 3 months ago, that might not have happened. I think he'd have let it come off his foot and he'd let it go out. But
I think at the end of the day, playing the City team teaches you one thing more than anything, that the importance of the team aspect in this sport, and about
never giving up,
individual quality. I thought
Haaland was in there, but Diaz did well.
Good recovery there. Where it teaches you the importance. It's not about the individual.
What's Rodri doing there?
Jeez,
what
is
Rodri doing there?
Is that a foul on the goalkeeper? They given that?
Yeah, I think he's given it, but I thought Diaz had cleared it after a mess up, and then
very casual there. Very casual there.
I don't know what he's up with Rodri tonight, but he's not. He does well.
To be fair, the ref's positioning didn't help him, because if you look when he turns it, he has 3 players all in his passing lane, and the other passing lane was blocked by the referee. I agree that he should be doing better there, but I don't think that particularly helps. I think the ref did a dodgy one there.
I won't tell you where Edison just got.
He has 3 players around him in all of his passing lanes, and his passing lane back to the fullback was blocked by the referee. I would have played it against the referee personally, because they have to stop play.
Well, they've got to stop playing, do a drop ball.
Yeah, I know. I would have done that, mate, because he would have been in my way. Enough that. But yeah, but I'll jump out, see the game going. Great to be 1-0 up. Happy as everyone in the chat is. Brilliant. Let's just try and get a bit of control in that midfield. That's all I'm asking for, really.
Well, we're on again here.
On the ball.
I thought we'd gone through
good defending. But I'll see you guys in a bit. Anything else happens, I'll be right in.
Cheers, mate. Dortmund now got Bellingham on the ball, but Rodri, that's better from him. And Bernardo, is they going to give that as a foul? What's the ref doing? He's giving it as a throw-in. I thought that was a free kick. We haven't been to semis for a long time. We've not been since Manuel Pellegrini in Real Madrid when he... I don't even think we had a shot in it. Rodders, you plonker. Indeedy at the moment. And I don't mean the guy from Leicester. Chris Cal thinks that's funny. Are you confident now? I'm still not confident because I'm not happy with the midfield at the minute. I think the midfield looks very lightweight at the moment. Look at that. That should not be happening. He's driving through. He's going to win the free kick, is it? Marco Reus. I don't understand what that was about. That's where Fernandinho, and I'm telling you more, Fernandinho wouldn't have let that happen. He wasn't happy with that one. And the Ho's on the ball now. João Cancelo does really well there. Go on, Phil. Little ball on from Kevin and Phil's away here. Go on, Phil. Go on, Phil. Comes inside, plays it out to Bernardo Silva. 26 minutes on the clock. City 1, Dortmund 0. Onto Riyad Mahrez. Riyad Mahrez has left foot, brings it into Rodri. Back to Riyad Mahrez. Plays it on to Mr. Whippy. Mr. Whipper, right foot, blocked. And Dortmund just clear that away. Kevin gets one, just nicked in the head. And Diaz, good eyes on the ball. Taking it a minute at a time. Wake up, Rodri. Very sloppy so far, says Peter Curra. It's the midfield, mate. It's the midfield. We've just allowed Akanji to run all the way from the defence right through everyone. And that shouldn't be happening. We partied like the bloody Red Sea there. That shouldn't be happening. Trouble is, you start bringing Gundogan back a little bit. You're going to play him as a double pivot, which I don't really want to do. But we've got to do something with this midfield because at the minute it's wide open. There's always been a problem with Rodri. He's not done that for me, though, Ronnie, in the last few weeks, the last few months. He seems to be stopped that, but tonight he's gone back to his way. And I'm not just blaming him. Everyone needs to be involved in this. Gundogan as well. Because Gundogan's playing midfield as well. And Bernardo, and we just not seem to be there at the minute. 27 on the 20, nearly 28 on the clock. Still City 1, Dortmund 0. Cancelo on the City left-hand side. Cancelo plays it across to Rodri. Rodri now to Kyle Walker. He's got Marcus Royce ahead of him. Guerrero goes in, and I think that's a foul on Mahrez. And Real Madrid are 1-0 up against Liverpool. Vichenvis Jr. has put Liverpool 1-0 down at the moment. But Guerrero's just gone right to the back of Mahrez there. It's going to be a free kick. Mahrez and KDB are over this. They're about 20 yards out from the 18-yard line. Everyone's happy about Liverpool being 1 down. Let's focus on one game at a time, boys. One game at a time. Hits in the net. The boys are up. It's going to be a Kevin De Bruyne in swinging right foot. Oh! He's given a penalty! He's given a penalty for that and high foot. Emre Can again. Kurt. Oh, I'm throwing you out. Go on, mate. What do you think of that? He's on mute as well.
I was making sure I had the telly muted. Yeah, from first look, it looks like a pen. You can't do that. You can't flick your back heel up like that. On the replay,
did Rodri have his head down?
I don't know about that.
Rodri's arm?
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that. I don't think that's a penalty, mate. I'm going to be honest.
That's not a pen. I'm not going to lie, mate. That's not a pen. At first, it looked like the flick hit his head.
Yeah, that's not a penalty for me, mate.
They have VAR, right?
Well, I'm presuming he's booking him.
Well, he's obviously booking him for dissent.
Oh, right? VAR doing the penalty, but I'm not sure if it's hit his arm, Rodri's arm.
But the problem is, Emre Can didn't connect with him from the replay that I saw. It doesn't look like a pen to me, boys. No, so if this one gets chalked off, and if we get this pen, we are exceedingly lucky.
What's he doing?
He's going to the screen.
Here we go. Hey, I've not seen this for a while. Have we ever seen this?
It's not. If we get a pen for this, we don't deserve it in the slightest.
Right. So he's gone up. Emre Can's got his leg up. He doesn't touch him.
He's just dropped to the floor. It's a bit of a dive, if we're being real.
And that hits Rodri's arm. That's a bit.
Yeah, it's a bit of a dive, to be honest.
So why is Rodri holding his face?
Yeah, he should be getting booked for that. That's a bit
nasty, that from Rodri. I don't like that.
No, same. He should be getting booked for that.
Yeah, I don't like that. That to me is cheating. Sorry.
He hit his knee, Ronnie, yeah, but he's not claiming contact on the knees, trying to claim
contact
on
holding
his head.
His face.
That's the issue. That's the issue.
That's not a penalty. And if I'm honest, I'm with you. I think Rodri should get booked here.
The thing is, I agree with what Ronnie's saying. He did hit his knee, but the problem is he didn't go down grabbing his knee, did he?
He's gone down rolling around, holding his face, Ronnie. That's the look. Holding his face. He's never touched his face. And we've got to be honest here. You know, we've slagged off Mohamed Salah for how long, and then one of ours does it.
Like I said, I agree with Ronnie Beaver. There is contact on his knee.
Yeah, but not on the face. He's not give it. Has there? Yeah, no
foul.
Penalty. No penalty.
I agree with that. Like I said, there was contact, but not the type of contact he was trying to claim.
No, I don't like to see that. I don't like to see you rolling around on the floor, holding your face. Like Ronnie said, it has touched his knee, but he didn't go down clutching his knee. He went around rolling around clutching his face. That's what I don't like. So
and also, let's be real, the ref gave it on what we originally thought. We thought that he flicked it with his back heel and caught his head, which is what I initially thought.
We all thought it was a penalty. We did.
Yeah, no, I'm not a dive in. I'm not going to defend divers, mate. Don't like that at all. At the end of the day, that's the reason why Phil Foden didn't get his pen when he should have dived. It's a joke, mate, but it is what it is. We roll on fair play. I would have felt fucking horrible getting a pen like that. I'm not gonna lie. I would have taken it. I'm not saying I wouldn't have taken it, but
would you have been dead honest and go, no, not having that? Would you have done a Robbie Fowler from all them years ago?
Nah, mate, I wouldn't have done that. If the ref gives it and the VAR gives it, you gotta take it. But like,
if anyone knows what I mean, go back and look at Robbie Fowler against Arsenal at Highbury.
I know.
And the ref still give it.
I'll never forgive Robbie Fowler for missing that penalty against Middlesbrough, so we didn't get the UEFA Cup, mate. Never forgive him. 1-1. Gets a pen. We beat him. We fucking... Oh. I'm going to jump off before I start moaning about Robbie Fowler, mate. I'll see you guys in a bit.
In a bit, mate. Well, there we go. 33 minutes on the clock. I don't want to come down harsh on Rodri, but we don't like that. And like Ronnie says, it does hit his knee, but he doesn't go down clutching his knee. He goes down rolling around with his face, and it never touched his face. His foot was never near his face, so I don't like it. But listen, the referee made the right choice, and we criticise referees enough in this game, and we've got to applaud the referee for using VAR correctly there, and that's what VAR should be used for. So well done, referee and VAR, for getting that spot on. Guerrero now. Hummels just clears it out, but it clears it no further than Rodri. 34 on the clock. City 1, Dortmund 0. Any fan is allowed here, mate, as long as you are sensible and you don't mind a little bit of banter. But if you start being a bit of an idiot or start the oil stuff, then you're bye-bye, because they all go down in the face to hide the laughter. Tell you what, I bet he was laughing at that. David James up front. Those were the days, Jack Lee. They were. Guys, 44 on. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you are new. Help us on our way to 17,000. That would be amazing, guys. That's our target at the end of the season. Gundogan there. He doesn't win the ball, and it's correctly. That is a free kick to Manchester City. Or is it Ganaf? Ganaf there, number 36, the youngster, who we don't know a lot about. And it's going to be a free kick to City. It's going to be KDB or Phil Foden over this. Well, I just pour myself a little drink. Wet the whistle. I was going to say wet my lips, but no, that'll just go down so wrong. That's like my Skegness monster comment. Don't ask if you knew. Don't ask. I don't really think there's a Loch Ness monster in Skegness. Phil Foden now with that free kick onto Bernardo. Oh, and hits. It literally hits him into his gloves. Didn't know a lot about it. Phil Foden with a lovely. I think he was offside as well. Rodri again offside. I feel like I've never said Rodri as many times in my life as what I'm doing tonight. Well done, Phil. Foden there. Very well done, Phil. Comes back. Rodri now. Sprays it out to Phil Foden on the City left. 36 minutes on the clock. Don't forget, Kurt is going to come back in and join you for 15 minutes at halftime while I go and have a little break. And we will be on for about 10 or 15 minutes after the game just to do a quick, very, very quick wrap up. It will only be about 10 or 15 minutes though, guys. Dortmund now coming down this left-hand side, City right. Guerrero's trying to play it onto Bellingham, but there is Steady Eddie, who gets caught out, and that's going to be one each. What's the referee giving here? Is it a free kick? Let's bring Kurt back in on this. Let's see what he thinks. Is it a rightly disallowed goal?
I don't know about that. I think so. I think he took his ankle.
A bit of an idiot there.
I think he took his ankle when he chipped the ball up, but that was my initial thought.
I don't think he's touched
I don't know about that. It's one of those, isn't it? Goalkeeper benefit of the doubt situations. They're similar in the box where no one's really done anything on the goalie.
For me, Edison kicks in, mate, on that.
Yeah.
And then we just think we might have just got away with one there, mate.
I don't know about that one, yeah. But like I say, you see goalies always getting the benefit of the doubt in situations like that. But yeah, with the basis of the last couple minutes, mate, getting a little bit lucky. We need this halftime to come and keep this clean sheet because Pep needs to have a word with a few boys because Bernardo's positioning and has been awful for me this game. Awful.
We don't seem to be at it at the minute, do we? I mean, I'm going to be honest, mate. I think that was a good goal. I think that was a good goal for me.
The way I always do it is I always just think if it would have been us, would we have been? I would have been a bit upset. Yeah, that's for sure.
Because I mean, I'm more questioning what's Edison. I mean, I'm saying what's Edison doing there. Listen, we've watched City enough to know what Edison's doing there, but don't do that. not in the quarterfinals of the Champions League.
Just put it out for a throw, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, they're showing it again here. Bellingham. I mean, Edison doesn't take his eye off it. He doesn't touch him.
I think he just disrespects how much time he had. I think he just thinks he has way more time because he doesn't even look at the player. He's looking at the ball the whole time.
So Jack Lee says we need to step up in gear here in the next 45. Do you think that we need to step up?
Like I said to you before, when we were about 15 minutes in, when I came in, I said the thing with Pep at halftime is he figures out what the opposition is doing, what our weaknesses are, what the opposition's strengths are, and makes according changes. So I'm never worried when it comes to halftime because I have so much faith in Pep to just make the right calls and do the right things. And if he needs to bring Bernardo off and put Fernandinho on, he needs to do it.
I think that's a shout.
For me, what I'll say is just to justify what I'm saying, because obviously I'm being critical of Bernardo. I think he's running far too much. He's pressing alone when he shouldn't be pressing. He's just it's almost kind of a headless chicken sort of thing that we sometimes label at Jesus. That we sometimes say about him that he's out of position so much.
Great analogy.
Just pressing for no reason, and I think he's doing that because when De Bruyne is high up on the pitch, he's
Phil's in here.
Oh,
what's the save? He's offside.
Offside. But yeah, for me, and because the thing is, what you've noticed as well is Gundogan's having to play a lot deeper on the left-hand side because of it, you know? And we're not really getting Gundogan to support Foden when he goes up on that side. So that's a little bit of an issue for me. I think we need to keep our positions a little bit more set in terms of rotating around because it's not really working for us at the moment in the interchange between Kevin and Bernardo. Because you see right there, Bernardo's ahead of Kevin, Gundogan's high up on the pitch, and there's nobody there. It's Rodri on his own against three. Obviously, Morris does well to track back, but that's where the issue's coming from, and that's why they're getting so much freedom in the midfield. But yeah, hopefully we can keep it.
It is a shame Fernandinho's 35.
Yeah, but keep it tight, keep the lead 1-0. Kept getting to the lads, tell them what they're doing wrong and what they're doing right, and we march on. But yeah, we need to make sure we keep this last five plus solid and not concede, mate.
Yeah,
it's looking a bit ropey.
We'll see you at half time unless anything else comes through, mate.
Yeah, mate. No worries. See you boys in a
bit. Yeah, this game's a lot more nervy than what I thought it was going to be. They're just showing that disallowed goal from Dortmund there. I mean, to be fair, Edison kicks him. But listen, we can march on. We got away, everyone. Kamal Dwyer says we need to wake up. Diaz now. Come on, Sitter. 41 and a half on the clock. We're still 1-0 up. That's a good thing. Still 1-0 up. Sometimes you need a little bit of luck to win the Cartel Cup. Gundogan, lovely little ball. I suppose that's going to be out to Mars. Again, with the awesome first touch there. I don't think anyone's got a first touch like Mahrez within this football club. It's exquisite, that first touch. Martin, if real, no, I don't, mate. I think Liverpool. What do you mean stepping it up? Mahrez. Oh, he was trying to go for Phil at the back stick, but Akanji got that clear. Phil Foden now to Kevin De Bruyne. It's going to be a little switch reverse pass, and Phil goes down. It wasn't a penalty. Abdallah says we're looking complacent. Sloppy passing, says Abdallah. Yeah, it's not as fluent, but Dortmund are a good team. I think we've all come in and thought 7th in the league, they're not great. One thing I will say, Haaland has been absolutely anonymous in this game. He's not been involved at all. And if I'm paying 150 million, I'm wanting a bit more out of a 150 million pound striker than what I'm getting right now. Because Dortmund are getting opportunities. They are bringing the ball forward. Oh, Gundogan took the ball off Royce there. Well done, Bernardo. Good hold-up play. Rodri out to Gundogan. Back into Phil Foden. Phil Foden now. He's got Emre Can, who's now on a yellow card, so he has to be careful. Kyle Walker now coming forward. He's got Riyad Mahrez ahead of him. That's where it goes to. Bernardo Silva's in the middle if he wants. Sprays out with his left foot to Rodri. Into Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne turns into Bernardo Silva. He just can't get the touch, but it's cleared only as far as Riyad Mahrez. Riyad Mahrez to Gundogan. Gundogan, why too much time on the ball there? Come on, City. Walker can't commit. And Borussia Dortmund, I was going to say Birmingham. Borussia Dortmund have got a break here if they play this. It's 5-on-5. Haaland makes the run. I've said he's been quiet all game. This could be where he comes alive. Sinti Guerrero. It's blocked. Dortmund are still trying, and Mahrez is going to pick up the loose ball now. Plays it on to Kevin. Akanji tried to get in there, but he's out of position now. Kevin, and it's blocked. Akanji did well there to get that back, and Hummels, all that experience. If in doubt, get it out. We are 30 seconds plus injury time away from half-time. We can't afford to concede an away goal, says Jack Lee. Well done, Silky Ilka. 20 seconds till that half-time whistle goes. Make sure, guys, you hit a like and you hit a subscribe on the channel. Kevin De Bruyne now, out to Phil Foden. João Cancelo now. Nice ball into Bernardo. Holds it up well to Riyad Mahrez, and it just... Mahrez, and it just hits Bernardo. Takes everything off it, and it falls nicely into the hands of Hits. Bernardo did well there to hold it up, and Mahrez just hits it straight at Bernardo. And it remains City 1, Dortmund 0 here at the Etihad season. The Etihad season, the Etihad Stadium, the Etihad season. Oh, my head's spinning. We're We need to bring on a striker in the second half. False nine hasn't worked. Says Kamal Martin, has this been the most surprising season since Leicester? No, not for me. I know a lot of people had us for nothing, but there's only a minute of injury time. I think we're going to get to take the throw in. No, we're not. And that's the half-time whistle. And it is City 1, Dortmund 0. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in Kurt, who is going to take you for your half-time orange slice, cup of tea, bovril, meat and potato pie, chicken balti pie, whatever you want. And I will see you all in about 10 or 12 minutes for the second half. Kurt, I will leave you to with your amazing analysis, mate.
Yeah, all right, mate. See you in a bit. Well, that looks out of focus. That's a bit better. Right. Hi, everyone. Really interesting half. The last few minutes looked quite nice for us. I'll tell you what, though, there's two guys that I obviously want to shout out other than Kevin De Bruyne, obviously. Is Mahrez and Gundogan. I think they've been great in a bit of a mixed bag this game. But let's get into what some of you guys thought, and you let me know what you thought of the first half and what your thoughts are going into the second half. Rocco Phillips is on. Hello, mate. He's talking about getting Sterling on. I think the idea of substitutions might come into Pep's head relatively soon if the game doesn't change. But we normally see Pep give the instructions and then give him 10 or 15 minutes to see if they implement the changes. And if not, then he usually brings them on. Tim Smith's on. Hello, mate. He says, hello, Kurt. Hope you're doing well, Tim. Kamal saying, yeah, we haven't really created that much, Kamal. It's been a bit of a problem for us. We started to see towards the end of the second half in that sort of last 5 minutes, though, are starting to build a little bit of pressure and a few chances coming through. Like I said to you guys, I think the left-hand side for us is probably the most productive part. So hopefully we can expand on that. Mahrez, I think, has been having a good game and he's been working quite hard and running off the ball. Yeah, should be 1-1. Let's be fair about that one. Not gonna lie about that. Let's be real. Cal saying, hey Kurt, hope you're well, mate. You're playing stoppy, still winning, best sign of champions. Yeah, that's the thing, mate. We're 1-0 up in a game we probably don't deserve to be 1-0 up in all honesty, but that's football and you take these, and we got to make sure we go out in the second half, don't concede that goal. Like I'll keep saying it all night long. Keeping the clean sheet is the most important thing to me. I would have been happy with a 0-0 at the beginning of the game, mate, because, yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? Stephen's on. Hello, mate. He said, even though we were 1-0 up, we have been very poor. Yeah, I think our control in the midfield, like I said, I don't mean to be super critical, but I think Rodri and Bernardo Silva haven't had good performances. I think Bernardo Silva's been running out of position a lot. That doesn't really need to do that. Needs to hold his position to be able to receive the ball and give more options for Rodri on the ball and to cover that space. That's just a chasm at times in that midfield, mate. It's really poor. Yeah, mate, it's really poor. Oliver saying it was so, mate. Yeah, it wasn't great, was it? And Brian's on the positive beat saying it could be better, but it's still a lead. Yeah, I'm exactly with you, mate. It could be better. We saw signs at the back end of the second half that we were kicking into a little bit more of the rhythm that we normally see City have. But yeah, it was Leonard's agreeing with my sentiment, mate. That was very nervy. Yeah, I think the next 45 are going to be nervy as well, because I think they've been given the signs that they can get at us this game and cause us problems. So they're only going to be pushed on by that, and they're probably unrightly disallowed goal out is probably going to give them a little bit more buoyancy and want them to kick on into the second half. But I have no doubt that Pep's going to get into the boys and give them the bump that they need and the instructions they need, and hopefully change a few of the things that aren't really working for us. Charlie's saying, can't wait for all the tears to come through now from rival fans. Yeah, wait for the full-time whistle, mate, because those sort of comments come back and bite you in the butt real quick. City buying the Champions League now. Yeah, we lobbied a bid similar to Real Madrid and Barcelona over the last few years. Hopefully we're successful in our bid and buying the Champions League, mate. Hopefully, you never know. If people fill up enough cars, maybe we'll buy it. Tim Smith saying smash the like buttons. Yeah, guys, if you are enjoying it, smash the like buttons. If not for me, for Kevin De Bruyne's goal. Let's see what some more of the boys are saying. Steven saying Bernardo's better on the wing. Foden should be playing in the middle. I had Bernardo as the right wing in my lineup, but like most of us say, we trust in Pep, and I always trust in Pep, and I was relatively happy with the lineup before the game, mate. Ross is on. Hello, mate. He goes, I hope he improves, but not sure that position suits him. Yeah, hopefully he improves. Hashtag blinkers is on. Yeah, I think that's a hashtag blinkered. Hashtags everything, mate. There's more hashtags created on this channel than I can remember, mate. I can't keep a track of them all. Foot players on. Hello, mate. He says, what happened, Rodri, by the end, because he was limping a bit and looked like he was in some pain. Yeah, maybe he pulled something. I don't know. We'll have to see. CM City saying Rodri should be taken off. I don't think it's a case of taking him off yet for me, but he needs to improve in the second half, that's for sure. Leonard London's asking why Bernardo doesn't play alongside Gundogan and KDB as the false nine. I think KDB has been the false nine. I just think for me, what I've seen of it is Bernardo's pushing too high up and just vacating the midfield, and it's making Gundogan have to drop deeper to cover the extra space and not allowing him to get on the ball as much, who I think's been one of our best players on the ball. I think he's been really calm. Champions League nights is where Gundogan shines the brightest, and I think he's been a really bright spark for us. Showed a lot of composure on the ball, helped him win him back, and I think he's had a decent performance in a not a great midfield, in all honesty. Charlie saying Rodri's been our worst player. Yeah, based on the first half performance, yeah. But sometimes with the central defensive midfielders, it's about what options he has in front of him and where he can pass the ball. And if that's limited, that's sometimes where they get caught on the ball and things. And I think a lot of the times where players are running through, it's that they've been given the space in front to run at him. And so I don't think he's had a great game, but I think there's factors that aren't helping his game at all as well. Jack Lee's talking about Gabby one goal. I think we might see Gabby at some point this game. Ross is saying, not sure why that's blinkered, Chris. In my opinion, he's having a bad game. That's what it's all about, the opinions, mate. Jack Lee saying it's about time we have some decisions our way. I think sometimes we get like it's a mixed bag with football fans because we always watch our games, innit? We always see the decisions that don't go our way or are given against us, and obviously we're not watching every game of football of every other club, and I'm sure they have just as many. I'm sure there's some clubs down at the bottom of the league that have been absolutely screwed out of a lot of good points this season. So yeah, it sucks, but it's just one of those things, isn't it, Jack? In football, we're all gonna have a moan about it. Cal saying it's his 18th month. Guess who Everton played 3 days before? Not got a clue. Is it maybe us, mate, to make it miserable? But anyways, happy birthday. If I don't speak to you before then, mate, have a great birthday and that, mate. Leonard's saying he's not convinced with our first half performance. I'm not either, mate. I am not either, mate. It wasn't particularly great, was it? But you got to say we're really lucky to be 1-0 up and to keep a clean sheet at the moment. We're got to take that. Oh, it's just something between you and Chris. I leave you two to that, Ross, mate. I'm sure you can fill me in at some point. Peter's saying refereeing absolutely astonishing. I cannot believe you guys have had this game. How much did you pay the ref? I don't know, mate. Probably a lot of money, I'm sure, right? We pay everybody, yeah. The refs, the officials, people outside the grounds that aren't even affiliated or going on yet. Spending money, we just throw it about. That's what we do. Scott saying still another gear to come from the boys once Pep sorts out all the nerves in the dressing room. Yeah, I'm of that opinion, Scott. I think Pep will just say to the boys, what's going on? What you doing? We didn't get here by getting nervous. We got here by playing our game and doing our thing. So yeah, just keep doing that, mate. BHE's on. Hello, mate. He's saying nervy one. Need to try and control it a bit more. Yeah, I think that's a lot of the sentiment with a lot of the guys in the chat, and that's my sentiment as well, mate. Need a little bit more control of midfield. Whether that's maybe potentially taking Bernardo off and putting on Fernandinho as well. Who knows? Ross is talking about his comments about with Chris on the Friday night and Silver and that. I'm not going to get into quite that right now, mate. But yeah, Stephen's talking about taking off Mahrez and bringing on Torres and playing him in the middle. I think Mahrez had a pretty good game, mate. Personally, for me. I'll leave you two and your agendas between yourselves, boys. Cal's talking about City ruining his birthday week. I'm sure we've ruined a lot of people's birthday weeks, mate. It is what it is. And on my birthday's 3rd of April, so normally play Leicester, Arsenal, United, someone like that, and it ends up going against us. We've got Leg and Sweet with a super chat. Thank you very, very much, mate. That's very much appreciated. He said, we need Sterling for speed on the counter. That's not the first person who's asked for a Sterling substitute. Maybe we'll get it in the second half. What we have got on the bench is lots of options. We've got Sergio, Sterling, Jesus, all as options to come off the bench and give us a little bit of impetus. So that's one thing we're not lacking is options. Adam Quinn saying, Kurt, you're a legend. No, you're a legend, and all the guys in the comments are legends. At the end of the day, I just come on and talk about City in it. Like we all love the same club, and we're all here supporting the same team. And I just come on and chat. I don't do anything special, mate. But cheers for that. I appreciate it all the same. Big jump in the comments while I was rambling. Leonard saying, overall, our defense looks dodgy with Rodri not protecting him. What happened to Ferner? He's not even on the bench. Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those. He's not even on the bench. Am I going to start crazy? Yeah, he's on the subs bench, mate. He's on the subs bench. I thought I was going crazy. The Chell Blues saying always played much better in the second half. Yeah, that's the thing about halftime team talks, isn't it? Like when I was a kid, my halftime team talk didn't mean jack. My coach was a physio and didn't know jack about football. But my coach isn't Pep Guardiola, and I'm pretty sure if I had Pep Guardiola as a kid at halftime, my second half performances would have improved when I was playing it. Quality manager who knows exactly what he's doing. Yeah, I know, Ocean. We even play random stray cats. We have pigeons that infiltrate Liverpool and parts of Salford to poo on red cars and stuff. It's crazy the levels we go to as a club. It's crazy, isn't it, Ocean? Crazy. Aguero for Bernardo is Kamal's thing. I think this is a game too soon for Aguero. From what I saw of him the other night, he doesn't look ready. I think some more of the dead rubbers in the Premier League is more of the way to go with Aguero for me. Brian's talking about Fernandinho's experience. I completely agree. If I was going to make a change, I would take Bernardo off and put Rodri on. That would be the change I would make. But I'm not Pep, and I'm sure Pep's going to make the right decision as he 90% of the time does, and that's what he normally does. Critical's talking about being very shaky. I can agree with you, but I think to agree with a lot of the sentiments that a lot of the guys in the chat are saying is Pep halftime team talks will improve it. We're going to improve in the second half, and if we don't improve, we've got the people on the bench, and the amount. It's still 5 subs in the Champions League. Am I not mistaken, Martin?
Yeah.
So we've got 5 subs if we need to make changes, and we've got the guys on the bench to make it happen. So it's one of those, mate. It's one of those. But let's just see. Cheers, Jack, mate. It was a good day. Like I said, just spent it with the family I live with, had a nice meal, and that can't say fairer than that. Leicester gave us a nice 3 points, so we take those because getting the points at Leicester isn't always the easiest thing to do. It isn't always the easiest thing to do.
I've seen a lot of people mentioning Sterling. I mean, I get it. I mean, like I said, I would personally bring on Fernandinho.
That's it. I said that's the substitute. If I was to make one substitution right now based on the first half, I would take Bernardo off and put Fernandinho on. Yeah, and allow Rodri to press higher up the field and let Ferno play the base of it. I think a lot of people have been. I think Gundogan's been playing really well this game. I think he's been limited by the other side of the midfield. He's had to play a bit deeper. But I think for me, I know a lot of people. The other side of it is people talking about potentially taking Mahrez off and putting Sterling in on the right hand side. But for me, I think Mahrez had a really good game. I think he's worked really, really hard off the ball as well. Yeah, which is something he's improved on in the last 5 or 6 games. Because let's have it right, mate. No matter how much of we know what Mahrez is like as a player. We know the type of personality he is as a footballer, not going in for 50-50s. But he's in the back end of a business season where he could potentially win every competition he's in. He's a professional at the end of the day. he could go down in history. If you're not going to run in these type of games, you're never going to run. So I have, but like I said, I always have faith in Pep, and whatever Pep decides to do, I back that 100%. But I do, before we get into anything else, want to just bring up the super chat we had from Sean. Thank you very much, mate. He said, good first half, but we need another goal. I don't think it was the best first half for me, mate, but I'd say we were lucky to be 1-0 up. On a balance of play, should have been going into the half equal, in my opinion. But we take those, and we march on, and hopefully we can limit the mistakes, pack out the midfield a little bit more, and if we need to make changes, Pep's got the bodies on the bench to do that, mate.
Oh, they're on the way back out now, and looking at it,
doesn't look like anyone's changed, which
no,
I didn't expect.
It doesn't look like there's been any changes whatsoever.
Typical. Pep's going to give him 5 or 10 minutes to implement the changes that he's obviously talked about at half time, and if they don't do it, he's going to make changes. And like I said, we got the 5
Pep
subs.
will always give the team 10 minutes to
adjust.
Any technical little change, a little one-to-one change that he's probably had a word with players about. And trust me, sometimes Pep won't even say anything. Because trust me now, I remember watching that documentary, and you had Delph, and you've got who used to stand up. You've got Diaz, you've got Kevin De Bruyne. Other players will have said things to each other in that dressing room.
Fernandinho puts his arm around Bernardo Silva and just says, calm down a bit, mate. Calm down a bit. Those things help. Yeah. But like I said, I'll leave you with the second half. If anything crazy or anything big pops up, it was great to chat to everyone in the comments. Like I said, stick a thumbs up if you're enjoying it. And if anything crazy pops up, I'll jump back in.
Yeah, cheers, mate. We'll speak to you in the second half. And here we go then. So City are going to be shooting from right to left towards the family stand. And Borussia Dortmund are going to be shooting from left to right towards the south stand. Or, as I call it, the 1894 stand. But yeah, we'll find out how we're going to do. Andy Blue Moon says, good professional half. Come on, City. I agree with Ross. Mahrez is doing nothing wrong at all. Ozzy says, at least from what I've heard, Pep hasn't overthought things at least. Yeah, that's a good point. But big thank you to Sean and Legs and Sweet for the super chats. They are amazing, guys. Thank you. Remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you are new to the channel. Just go through the teams. It's Edison in goal, Walker, Stones, Ruben Diaz, Cancelo, Rodri, Gundogan, Phil Foden, Riyad Mahrez, Bernardo Silva, and KDB, the goal scorer from the first half. The Borussia Dortmund, if starting in 11, they've not made any subs either. Hicks, Marie, and Kanje, Hummels, Guerrero, Bellingham, and Emre Can, both on yellow cards. De Hood, Gnaf, Haaland, and Rice are the Borussia Dortmund starting in 11 as well. So let's have a look then. So Cancelo, 46 minutes on the clock into Diaz, back to Rodri now. He's got Haaland for company, who, let's be honest, has done jack you-know-what in the first half for me. We've got Ilkay Gundogan back to Johnny Stones, back into Ruben Diaz, into Phil Foden, João Cancelo, who gets his pocket nearly pinched, and the referee does give the yellow card. Guerrero come in and pinch the pocket of Cancelo, and he got the free kick for it. It's a good point somebody made. I think it was Ronnie. Fernandinho is on a yellow card as well. So if he does get the next yellow card, if he does come on and gets a yellow card, he will miss the first leg of the semi-final. So maybe that's what Pep has got in mind as well. But would you rather him miss a semi-final second leg or even a final? And Gundogan, that was sloppy there. And Emre Can, that's got to wake up. But Kevin does well there. Kevin tries to get it into Phil, can't do it. And Borussia Dortmund come away with the ball. And that is a lovely ball. And Haaland's through here against Diaz. And he dispossesses her. Good save, Edison. I've got to be honest there. Diaz got absolutely the only time Haaland has had a sniff. And he dropped Diaz like a little baby there. But it was a great save from Steady Eddie. 47.5 minutes on the clock, and that could and should have been one each, really. But Steady Eddie with a great save. And Diaz, as Kurt just said, got a little bit bullied there. A little bit bullied from Erling Haaland. That was man against boy, that really. And that was a poor pass from Mahrez. They're just showing it again here. Look at this. Haaland just drops Diaz to the floor. And it was a great save from Edison. Walker's been brilliant so far, in my opinion, says Kieran. Kurt, as he just says, first time I've seen Diaz bullied. Michael Feeney, great watch along as usual, Martin. We need to be a lot better in the second half to keep a clean sheet in the game, and a great half-time analysis, Kurt. There you go. You only get the best here on Man City Fan TV. I've just put my elbow down and it's just gone again. I need to either get a bigger chair or a bigger table. Dortmund now in possession along the Dortmund left, City right. And Dortmund are going to get this. It looks like Walker's going to get a yellow card here. Or was it just a talking to? Just a talking to the Hood. Walker just dropped Royce there. Akanji now. He's going to play it across to his partner. Hummels. Inside to Marco Royce. Sprays it out to Emre Can, who's on a yellow card. May I remind everyone? Out to Murray. Or Murray, is it? Murray? Hummels now. Back to Akanji. Or Akanja. Is that Akanja? Hummels. Into Bellingham. And what a lovely little ball here. And then goes Murray. And it's inside to I wondering what was going to happen there. But it was Knuff, whatever his name, tried to get the ball in, and it's out for a Dortmund corner. 50.5 on the clock. Edison just sorting out his water bottle, wasting a little bit of time. Hummels coming up for this. Kyle Walker's got a big smile on his face. Guerrero's going to take this in-swinging left-footed corner now. And it comes. And it's just off the head of Mahrez, clears, and KDB's away here. Go on, Kevin. With a lovely ball out to Phil. What a ball. Go on, Phil. He's got Kyle Walker on the overlap. And he's got two men for company. Just couldn't get there. Rodri into Mahrez. Mahrez is going to be back out to Phil Foden now. Phil Foden now. And it's just left foot. Skewed it wide. And Pep is not looking very happy at the moment. But what a ball from Kevin. And that first touch from Phil there just slowed it down. You could see Kyle Walker was racing like red rum up the side there. Cafferty Casual says, looking a wee bit wobbly, City. Adam Quinn says, come on, City, up the game. And Ronnie Beaver says, Cancelo with pants on the left. Gunnigan now. Akanja. It's Emre Can. And Emre Can. Kevin does very well there. Got to up this tempo. 52 in. And I'll be honest with you, it doesn't look like much has changed from the first half. I wouldn't be always as confident going with a 1-0 lead. I know any lead's good. Kyle Walker now. Keep a clean sheet. Kyle Walker does well there. Kyle Walker's got nobody in the middle. No one's took a damn chance. No one's took a chance. Walker does brilliantly there. And it's just 3 Dortmund players and not 1 City player in the box. Come on. Better there. And there's Kun Aguero, Zach Stefan there. Pep, he's having a word, looks like, with Lilo. Sloppy at the moment. Got Bernardo, KDB, Phil, Mahrez, allowing Hummels to just Liverpool pull the goal back through Mo Salah. Probably a penalty, diving. No, it wasn't a penalty. I'm only joking. But Liverpool have pulled a goal back in the Santiago Bernabeu. Hummels now. Plays it inside. Walker did well there, but Hummels gets the ball back. He's going to play it back now. So Guerrero now. Haaland is built like a barn door. Owns over our defence towers. Yeah, it does. Absolutely hovers over them. At the moment. Right, Akanji now, 54.5 approaching. Going to switch it to the left-hand side to Matty Hummels. KDB's got company. Dortmund are just slowing this down, taking any kind of tempo out of the game. Hits now with the ball to Akanji. Bernardo Silva's pressing him. Back to Hits. KDB again with the press. And City trying to force Dortmund into this mistake. The Hood. Back to Marco Reus now. He's got Bellingham there if he wants up the left-hand side with him. Back to Guerrero. Back to Bellingham. The Hood now. He's going to switch the ball a little over the top there. Trying to get it into Maroy. And he just does well there. Does, I think that's João Cancelo, I thought that was. Not 100% sure, but City do well to defend it. That's what matters. We definitely do need that second goal, Brian Gardner. Definitely, mate. Johnny Stones now, inside to Rodri. 55.5 on the clock. Kyle Walker into Rodri. Remember, City have a number of substitutions to make, so do Dortmund. Remember, Dortmund's bench is Berkey, Delaney, Hazard, Schultz, Brandt, Carvalho. Fifth, I'm just looking at the game. Piaget, Tiggs, Paslak, Reina, Moina, and City on the bench for them have got James Trafford probably won't be used, but they've got Eric Garcia, Fernandinho, Bendy Mende, Ferran Torres, Emerick Laporte, Zach Stefans, Alec Zinchenko, Sergio Aguero, Gabby Jesus, Rasmus Sterling, and Nathan Ake. If they want to change anything. João Cancelo now, 56.5 approaching. Bernardo back to Phil Foden on the left-hand side. Got 2 players around him for company. Back to João Cancelo. João Cancelo plays 10-yard ball back towards Ruben Dias. Inside to Ilkay Gundogan, Mr. Whippy now. Into João Cancelo. Plays it back to Bernardo. City trying to play a little bit of keep ball of their own. Looking for that space. Trying to pace the resolute Dortmund midfield at the moment. Bernardo sprays the ball out to Kyle Walker on the right-hand side. He's got Riyad Mahrez ahead, but plays it inside to Rodri. Rodri now. Checks, turns, brings it all the way back to Ruben Dias. Ruben Dias comes forward. Inside to João Cancelo. João Cancelo now turns inside to Ilkay Gundogan. Back to João Cancelo. João Cancelo's going to switch this over to Riyad Mahrez, but it's going absolutely nowhere. And Guerrero nods that back very comfortably back to Hits. And City are about to make their first change, 57.5, and Gabriel Jesus is about to enter the fray. What I'm going to do, I'm going to bring Curtin in a minute and see what he makes of this substitution. See if he thinks Gabby J is the way to go.
That's if I turn my camera on, doesn't it?
No. Gabby's coming on, mate. What do you
Coming on
think?
4, that's the real question. That's
Bernardo.
what I thought it was going to be. Yeah. Get Kevin deeper in that midfield, get a bit more control. Gabby can do the pressing from the front. Makes sense. Obviously, the great point about the yellow card, that's probably why we might not see the introduction of Fernandinho until much later in the game, you know, in more of a like-for-like change. But I'm really happy with this change. I think Bernardo hasn't really got into the game. He's run a lot, but it's a lot of the time meaningless running, you know. So hopefully
Gabby through the middle.
Game. Yeah, of course. Drops Kevin De Bruyne a bit deeper, allows Gundogan to move a little bit higher up the pitch, which I think has been the biggest problem, really. Gundogan's been sitting next to Rodri for the vast majority of this game, which has been causing us most problems, because the most success we've had this season is when Gundogan's closer to the goal. So hopefully this will give us a bit more control. I think, like a lot of boys in the chat have been saying, I think Walker's playing his socks off.
Yeah.
Stones looks comfortable. Diaz obviously got dropped there, but other than that, it's made a couple nice blocks and defensive actions. Mahrez looks lively. I think Foden's been could have done better in a few of these options, but he's kept his head going. So hopefully the change is the start of a bit more dominance from us in the midfield. That's what I'm hoping for with the change. And
I think it'll make a change in that midfield, definitely. I've got to ask you, what did you make of that Haaland on Diaz? Because I think you said comment. Have we ever seen Diaz drop like that before?
I haven't seen drop, but I will say the thing about that is the attempt at the tackle itself still, even though Haaland got off him, it still put him off his balance enough for him to not get a completely clean strike away, which helped Edison make a great save. Because I think if he had his...
we're in here. Go on, fit. Bounce to the ball.
It's been Phil's problem this game is his first touch has not been particularly great. If we're being critical of him, really,
that was the one on the break from Kevin when Kevin broke it and switched that lovely ball to him. His first touch wasn't there, and that's Gabby.
Same here. You look at his first touch; it's just not good enough there. He gives them too much of the ball so they can make a tackle. You need to keep it really tight to you when you're in the box. But yeah, Gabby 1 goal's on. Hopefully,
Gabby offside's on.
Yeah.
Gabby offside is on.
Gabby does love on offsides. Free kick on the edge of the box, so this will be interesting.
Stay with us, Kurt, while we just do this free kick.
Most certainly will. I hope I'm not a bad luck charm, mate. Once again, poor control from Haaland means Stones thinks he can nick it, but it leads to a free kick in this action.
And this is a dangerous... I mean, the only good thing about this is it's dead centre.
I don't like dead centre free kicks, mate.
I prefer them at an angle because you can get it into an angle. I prefer them. I prefer centre ones.
Yeah, but the thing with this angle for the free kick is don't be surprised if it gets laid off to someone.
Yeah, it's whether you can get it up and over the walls. That's the problem for this.
Yeah, you're not likely to get it up and over the wall from this angle. Most of the time, it's going to...
Hang on, it's Marco Reus, so he might.
Quality player.
And I tell you, he is alive.
I wouldn't expect to get it over and under just outside the 18.
He is alive for him, Marco Reus. So here we go, 61.5 on the clock. Marco Reus. It might be Guerrero, you know. But it looks like
it looks more left. It looks more left-footed to me, but it looks more.
That's what I'm thinking. But looks like Royce is more onto this.
Yeah, he's going to take rank in and probably want to take it. That's exactly
the wall does its job.
It's the issue with taking a free kick from that angle. You can't get it. If you get it over the wall, it's very much impossible to get it down. And now everyone lays on the floor. The only other tactic you used to have was the Kevin De Bruyne special, you know, hard and low
jumps, and you Daisy cut them into the corner.
That's why they lay down now, mate. That's why they lay down now, isn't it? So Reyna's on. Got to be careful of Reyna. Good player, not a bad, tricky little forward. He's going to be probably a bit more of a consistent threat than the other guy. The other guy was a bit of an unknown. He had a half-decent game, I thought, but didn't really get too much of the ball. So we'll see. A bit more of a known quantity for us. But
Bellingham has been impressive. I think Bellingham's done well for a young lad.
Yeah. from all the games I've seen, like I said, I don't watch too much of Dortmund because I really don't like Dortmund. From what I've seen of him, he just looks like a very calm player, a very mature player for his age. So I'd liken him similarly to Rice in terms of what he brings to the team. You know, in terms of in the midfield, obviously he's a bit more forward thinking than Rice is, but he can sit in the two and be more of the box to box. He's a quality player. He looks like he's got a great future ahead of him.
Yeah.
But I'll let you guys in the comments get back into it, and if anything pops off, I'll jump back in. But happy with the sub. Hopefully it will give us a little bit more control, and hopefully Gabby can get his one goal.
Yeah.
Cheers, mate.
There you go, 63.5 on the clock, and it's still sitting 1, Dortmund 0. But I've got to be honest, just seeing the stat there, Dortmund have had all the chances second half. They've had 6 overall, 3 in the second half, 3 in the first, and we've had 1 in that second half so far. We've got to get grips of this. That Mahrez done well there. Did the dirty stuff. Into Kevin, back to Mahrez. Come on, City. Rodri now. Little ball over the top. And KDB's away here. He's got time. He's got people in the box as well. Back to Foden. How's he missed it? Cancelo. I don't believe that. I don't believe he's missed that. I mean, good save by Hicks, but what a ball from Rodri. KDB. That should have been 2. And it was Phil Foden on his left foot. First time opens his body up and hits. It just hits his right foot. Good save. That should have been 2-0. We've got to take chances like that in the Champions League. I think Kurtz wants to say a little bit on that as he's
disappointing.
You can't miss these sort of chances.
Well, the problem is, mate, he's just banged it. The only part of the goal where it could possibly be saved is the rule. If he would have banged it the other corner and some defenders made some dive-in defensive block, you go, what a block. But
yeah,
he the way he held his head in his hands, he knew as well as every one of us that 9.9 out of 10 times you should put their moments to tackle.
Good guns through it, but that's going to go out to Mahrez.
Tackle. I would have played it out to Mahrez, who I also said, once again, going to say, I think he's having a really good game.
Yeah.
Having a really good game. I think
he's doing the dirty stuff as well.
I think we need to get him on the ball a little bit more, mate. I think that side, they seem to be a lot stronger defensively on the left. The Foden with the ball in. No one in the box to help. No one in the box to help Gabby.
We've had that problem all season, mate.
Yeah. Well,
Andy's made a point in time on that. With the
you get positives and negatives with any system in football, and unfortunately, this is just one of the negatives of the systems that we're playing, isn't it? So
yeah,
everything has its positives and negatives. So it's one of those. But yeah, on the Foden chance there. But like you see with his action right there, he's a player who doesn't let his head drop in games. He's going to keep working, and like I said, we still got 4 substitutions if we need to. We're still 1-0 up. Like you said, they've had the lion's share of the opportunities in the second half, but we're starting to build a little bit of momentum. Like I said, try and get the wide players on the ball more, Mahrez and Foden, and hopefully we can get some action going.
Yeah, we get that second goal, and I think it might kill them. But we'll see. We shall see, buddy.
We will certainly will.
Skill from Foden, fab. Jack Lee, I said this over and over again, we need to take our chances. Diaz got away with one then. Listen, in the Champions League, you need a little bit of luck. You do need it, of course you do. And tonight, we've rolled our luck a little bit. We've not played bad. I'm not going to say we've played bad because we haven't. This is two good teams. And it's a bit cagey. You're in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. It's going to be a bit cagey. Going to be a bit tense. Haaland now plays it back to Emre Can. City, well done, Gabby there. And Gabby just loses it out to Emre Can. Does well to get the ball, but then loses it. See, I don't agree with you, Ozzy, there. You said I don't think Mahrez has done enough, so Sterling needs to replace Mahrez. I think Mahrez has done pretty well today, mate. I don't think Mahrez has done much wrong. Got to remember, Dortmund did well to come back after the Seville game, so they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Akanji now all the way back to hit 68.5, approaching. Still City 1, Dortmund 0 from that early goal from Kevin De Bruyne. And no one's told me that. I've still got it as first half. And it's the second half. Oh, you little minxes. None of you told me. None of you told me. And Emre Can, as the referee was given a free kick. 69 approaching on the clock. At the moment, here's a question. Would you guys take a 1-0? Would you take a 1-0 into the second leg? Is that enough? Do you think we can do enough in the second leg to get through? So Ozzy's put, maybe not wrong, mate, but just think somebody who's running behind would cause problems for Dortmund. Well, Rice is through here, and Cancelo does very well there. I get what you're saying. You're saying a different option. Oh, hello. You were about to give a yellow card. You've decided not to. So Akanji gets away with one. So Ronnie Beaver doesn't think 1-0's enough. Might be all we're going to get, though, mate. Might all be what we're going to get. You know, you're in the Champions League. It's a little bit cagey. Superior being, how are you, mate? Not seen you in a while. Lots of small errors from Rodri's side, so I think you'll score. Hope you're okay, buddy. I think Rodri's the only player that has not played well. Not enough, but I will take it for now. Right step in the right direction, it is. Jack Lee makes a very good point. The most important thing in this game is not conceding. Not the best, but better than 1-0 down. Good point. Conceding is the point. We don't concede. Because are we capable of scoring in the away leg? Yes. That's where I think we're better off. We are capable. That's a good tackle from Phil there of scoring in that second leg. That was too easy there, Kevin. Remember, guys, keep hitting that like button, hit that subscribe button. Kevin's not happy. He's waving away his hand at something. 71.5 on the clock. It's still 1-0. I think these are the games where you miss the crowd. When you get to quarterfinals, semi-finals, finals, you miss the crowd there. Because the crowd can always jump back in and they can suck the ball in the net for you sometimes. Kyle Walker now, who I think has had an immense game. But there, a little bit sloppy. Michael Judge, welcome back, man. Good to see you back in the chair and on the mic. Thank you very much, Michael. Because of the away goals, real clean sheet at home and getting away goals put us through. Good point. You just want to go there and not have it as nervy, do you, Jack? Because I think Dortmund have proved one thing. They're a very good team, very composed team, and they can get you on the break. Because one or two, they say, oh, well done, Phil. Go on, Phil. Into the box, and it's away from Matt Hummels. Oh. Kevin was trying to play that back to Edison to start again. But KDB now going down the city left. He's got Emre Can for company. Marai, and he does tackle it. I honestly do think the fans would have made a difference. You get into a quarter-final, semi-final, fans make a big difference in these sort of games. Cancelo now sprays the ball out to Kyle Walker, who for me has been my man of the match, Kyle Walker, tonight. Absolutely immense, Kyle Walker. Cancelo, inside to Foden, back to Mr. Whipper, inside to Cancelo. Diaz now, across to Johnny Stones, 73.5, approach him. Back inside to Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker now turns Marcus Royce all the way back to Johnny Stones, inside to Ruben Diaz, approaching 74 minutes. I wish we could, Brian Gardner. Could do with that late second goal. Cancelo trying to get Gabby J inside the channels. He does well. He got a Kanji with him. And Gabby just decides he's had enough. Gloves are going. Ball out of play. Throwing to Dortmund. And Gabby's getting aggressive. Ozzy said Foden's had a good game. And with Kurt, though, Ozzy, I think his first touch has been pretty poor tonight. I think his running has been amazing. But I think his first touch was let him down a bit tonight. Mahrez, good hold-up play. What can he do with it now? Back inside to Rodri. The gloves are off. They are indeed. I'm not pissing about anymore. Walker back inside to John Stones. This is what City need to do. Control the tempo. And that is sloppy from Rodri. What is that? Dortmund can't be giving him possession like that. Andy Blue Moon has gone brilliant from Foden. Man of the match performance. I think we can keep them to 1 goal max over there. I think we can score over there. Pitch is rough in 4K. Could explain Foden touch. The pitch is cut up. In the first 20 minutes, you could see chunks flying up out the pitch. I think in the summer we will get it relayed. I tell you that. I think we will get it relayed. Kyle Smith's gone for KDB's man of the match. Well, we've still got 15, 20 minutes yet of the second half. This crucial first leg in the quarterfinals. Kevin there does well. Go on, Kevin. Right, 1-2. Kevin, it's just, that was wide. Oh, it must, I'm not sure if it just brushes the post either. Look at this. Kevin rides 2 challenges, right foot, and it just skews to the right-hand side of hits. Oh. Thought we were going to see. Remember that goal he scored against PSG a couple of years back in the Champions League? Thought, bang, we're going to get it again, but not quite. And here goes City again. Kevin, inside to Phil. Phil, left foot, straight it hits. City is starting to up the gears now. They're starting to up the gears. Kevin is starting to take ownership of the game. Foden finding the space. Left foot, crack. Straight it hits though. Gundogan inside to Rodri. Johnny Stones now coming forward. Lovely ball inside to Phil on the left-hand side. Little dink to the back stick. Mahrez just it down. Lovely touch. Mahrez now. Twist, turns. Lays it back to Rodri. We're going to get a Rodri rocket. Rodri rocket. Nope. It's going to go all the way back to Mahrez. Back stick. And that's out for a throw-in. Goal kick. Rodri liability. Springing Kurt. See what he makes for the last few minutes. Does he think City have upped it?
Well, what we can say is the gloves are off. I'll tell you what. If Foden had his shooting boots off tonight, tonight's game would be wrapped up. Let's be real about it. Foden's had a good performance in terms of his all-round game tonight. It's been really good off the ball, running, making runs with the ball, beating his man. making standing his man up and that, getting in balls in the box. But yeah, his first touch has let him down a little bit, and the 2 shots that he had was a bit disappointing. But at the end of the day, both on target. Can't say that at least he get them on target. And at the end of the day, we're building, and getting on Jesus and letting Kevin drop 5 or 10 yards a little bit deep has clearly given us a little bit more control, because we're starting to really build up a bit of a head of steam. And Kevin looks like a men among boys there.
Well, they're off again here.
Gabby in the left channel where you love to see him. Cuts inside.
But look how many Dortmund have got back. It's just that they're so quick at gathering back in.
Well, you've got to be when you play at this level, mate, against teams like ours.
Yeah, I know. That's
the organised, play well, yeah.
I think that's the difference between this and the Premier League. In the Premier League, don't think there's teams don't get back as quick into formation.
I think it's not that. It's teams in the Premier League set up their defensive line a lot deeper. In Germany, they're used to playing higher lines and dropping back into position more often. Because a lot more of the teams are like Brighton style teams where they play football even if they lose or they don't score, they still try and play football. You know what I mean? So it's one of those. But like I said, I think Mahrez is having a good game. I think Kevin's having a wonder of a game. Gundogan's been a bit anonymous in the second half. I thought he had a decent first half, but it looks a bit anonymous in this half. But yeah, we'll see. Rodri needs to calm down.
Gundogan's got his hands on his hips and he was hunching his knees there.
He might be a bit. I don't know how many minutes he played over the international break, but I know he played quite a bit, didn't he?
Well, he scored as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he did score, but they lost to Northern Macedonia. So
see, we've had five attempts in the last 15 minutes to their 0.
Exactly. We're clearly building momentum, and Gundogan's clearly allowed to be getting a bit higher up the pitch, like I said, when the Jesus change came in, and you can see what it's done to De Bruyne. What he offers the team is just unbelievable. What a player he is.
A lot of people saying Rodri's a liability.
Well, that would be the consensus from this game, as he's had some poor passes. I defended him in the first half, saying maybe that the runs in front of him.
Oh, Phil again. Phil again. Oh!
Unbelievably poor.
What is he doing tonight?
Yeah.
He's doing all the hard work brilliantly.
Yeah. Beating his man, getting into position. And then was that a corner? Does the defender get a touch? No. Yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? If Foden would have taken his chances, this game would be at its bed. And
another change.
We've got to always be relatively fair on the channel, because the thing is, if Sterling and Mahrez are the ones that normally get it for missing their chances, when they miss their chances, they get it.
Holds off and Delaney's on now.
Yeah. It's one of those. Meunier's coming on. They're going for it a bit now. They've realised they've lost a bit of control in this game, and they need to get it back. So they're obviously going to press on. There's going to be chances in this game, boys. Let's just not worry about that. And I'm going to echo the same point me and Jack Lee have been spouting all night. And it's probably boring at this point, but I don't care. It's clean sheet. We need to finish this game with a 0 next to the Dortmund name in the corner score. We need to keep that clean sheet. Yeah. It's so important. Away goals have ruined us so many times in this competition. A ball over the top for Haaland. Stones gives him a little nudge. Addison takes it. Clean as you like. Love to see that.
Well, Brian Sample says Haaland has not been out in the centre circle. Somewhat useless.
I think the fact that they don't have Sancho's affecting Haaland a lot. Like I said to you guys at the beginning of the game, 21 goals in 21 games in the Bundesliga, and it's pretty much all Sancho assists, apart from a few Royce assists. So it's one of those guys. But we're starting to build a bit of momentum, and I think chances are going to come up. We need to take some of our chances. So if we keep getting a couple of good opportunities like this, we need to put one of them away.
Where's that?
But the thing is, there's 3 people in the box this time, Martin. That's the difference.
Oh, that's better. Oh.
That's the difference. You see, Martin, even then, even when Foden goes up wide, there was still 3 in the box. That's the major difference. And that's what's going to be, if we do score another goal, that's what's going to be the reason, because we're getting more men into the box.
Yeah.
But keep it solid, guys. Clench your bum holes, and hopefully we can keep this clean sheet, lads. That's all I'm hoping for. I'm not too worried about
10 minutes,
goal.
And it's going to be a bumpy one.
It will be, because there's lots of subs to be made, so the game could get really broken up in play by substitutions. Peps can use that.
Now I would look at a Sterling. This is where I'd look at Sterling. stretch the game out.
Potentially, potentially. But like I said, I'll leave you with the chat, and hopefully we can keep this clean sheet, and I'll jump back in if anything else pops off.
All right, mate. So there you go. This game, I would bring Sterling on now. I'd get it all. This game's getting stretched, so let's really go for it now. Because Dortmund now that Delaney's on, they brought Rayner on, Thomas Meunier's on. It's now getting stretched. Ronnie Bieber says if Phil took his chances, we could have played the EDS. Dortmund are in, and that's one each. Marcus Royce. And that isn't going to be disallowed. That isn't going to be disallowed. And that tells you this competition is deadly. You can't miss the chances we've missed and missed and missed. The ball here, Emre Can. Haaland, lovely little reverse ball. And Royce. Haaland, people say he's done now. He's just created that goal. And Royce, what a finish. What a finish. And that's just changed the whole perspective of this time. We'll bring Curtin in a minute. And that is heartbreaking. That is heartbreaking.
I just spout on for God knows how long about clean sheets and Foden not taking his chances. And what happens is the exact thing we all feared. Us not taking our chances, them getting an opportunity and taking it. And this tie is completely turned on its head now. The way we need to approach this game has completely changed. I would not be surprised if we saw substitutions within the next two or so minutes, because we need to get another goal now. We can't be going away with 1-1 with the away goal, because we need to win by. Nah, we can't. It's not good for us at all. This has changed the tie completely, and it's nothing but our own fault, guys. We had clear opportunities to get ahead. Well taken goal from them. I think Edison could have done a little bit better, personally, for me.
Guerrero's edited it out. 85 now. This is what happens. I know people say about top players and they all go, done nothing. Top players need seconds. Ball round the corner. And it's a great finish from Royce. You just can't take that away. The ball's in, but the amount of chances we missed. And this is the difference at this level. This is the difference.
In knockout football, it's all about taking your chances and limiting the opponents to as few chances as you can. And we've not done very well at limiting their chances, to be honest with you. They've broken through pretty easily a lot of the times. Our defensive solidity's not really been there, so you can't really have a go at the Dortmund guys, because they've been, for the chances they have created, a fair few chances and probably have been worth their goal. To be honest with you, you can't say that they haven't deserved a goal.
No, they do. And got his free kick now, hopefully.
All right, mate. I know they deserved a goal, but there's no need to spam
just
them,
time him out for spamming.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing, mate. Donut.
Ball in. Oh, and that's going to be a corner, I think. Yeah,
but let's not forget that they still did make those changes. They've got more attacking players on, so we've got to make sure we don't concede another goal, and we've got to try if we can to eke out another goal in this game. But yeah, conceding in the time we did of the game is heartbreaking, because it doesn't really leave you enough time to bring people on and really have them have a significant opportunity to make an impact in the game, really. So it's very disappointing. But
we've got to be careful here. We don't concede again.
That's exactly what I just said, mate.
Sorry,
they've still made those attacking changes, mate. So they've still got the ability to hurt us, and we don't look particularly solid tonight, in all honesty.
I'm surprised we've only done the one so far.
Well, I think at the time of the substitution, like I said, I was very happy with it. And after the substitution, were we not in control of the game and creating a lot more chances?
Yeah.
And so if you're saying now about changes and they were wrong, unless you held that opinion before the change was originally made, then you're probably incorrect because we did create those chances. You know what I mean? So,
oh yeah, I mean the Gabby one. I'm not thinking would you have made any more than Gabby.
No, I was happy.
I
Was happy with the game going. You expected. What should have happened, mate, is Foden takes one of his chances. One of our midfielders comes off. Fernandinho or another defender comes up. We shut up shop and take the game home 2-0. That's how it should have been. This is how.
The one thing I will say though, Kurt, the way we play away, we have got a really good away record, and we're flying away. So going away doesn't, if any team can go away and win,
the tie is not done.
It is us.
The tie is not over, but it's the away goal significantly changes the tie.
Yeah, and it's probably the time as well. It was the lateness of it as well. It sort of
it gives you not enough time to really react.
No.
At the end of the day, we had good opportunities. If you're saying on balance of play, 2-1's probably a fair scoreline, but it isn't 2-1. It's 1-1. We've got a couple of minutes left in this game. We've still got an opportunity to potentially score another goal. So let's try and do that.
Yeah, of course. We need another quick one, but the damage is done. I wouldn't say it's damage. Like it says, we're not out of this. It's still under the first leg. Still 90 minutes left to go yet.
At the end of the day, 1-1 is not the end of the world of a scoreline, but winning 1-0 in the home leg is a massive difference than going away 1-1.
Yeah.
It is a big difference.
I think the only time you probably start looking at those missed chances is probably at the end if you are knocked out. You look at it and you think, what could have been? But like Kurt said, we can all sit there and be fortune tellers, well, coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Hang on.
I'll tell you what.
Yes! Let's go!
Is it counted?
Yeah!
Get in!
Just what we were talking about.
I'm sorry for the delay, but the way Foden just stopped and looked there, I thought, he's not giving it.
Mate, what I've been saying about Foden is when he has made mistakes or hasn't gone off, what did I always say? He keeps his chin up and he keeps going. He's missed 2 or 3 good opportunities and he's kept going, clearly onside. Excellent ball from De Bruyne. What a guy. What a human being.
And Gundogan there, lovely first touch. And listen,
I think it's just relief in Foden right there.
If you don't succeed, try and try again. And that is what the man has done. And that is the way you react to conceding.
That's what it's all about, Ronnie, mate. Keep the faith. We fight to the end. That's what we do. We fight to the end. Great taking goal. The calmness of the finish in terms of the if you take into account what's happened in the game.
3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Shut up the shop, lads.
See, now the fan in me is going, go for the third.
No. We're shutting up early, lads.
No, I know, but I'm just
bank holiday weekends and all that. I got to go around to the miss. We're shutting early. Sorry, lad. We can't help you. There's no service here tonight, I'm afraid, Haaland. But let's just credit again Walker immense.
Oh well, referee.
Doesn't matter, play on. Don't worry about the ref. You play with a whistle. Don't worry about the... No, clearly onside. What are you showing a line for?
Because it's BT and they've got to.
Francesco's hello, mate. You're saying love from Italy. Hello, mate. If you're new here, drop a sub and a like, mate.
I hope you're all right, mate. I hope you're doing well. I know you're not having a great time over there at the moment, so hope you're all right, mate. Where is Haaland? He's on the pitch somewhere, mate. Where are the trolls now? Yeah, it is amazing. They do still... There, I'll put my teeth back in. They do quickly leave. Gabby, well done. Go on, Gabby. That's...
Yeah, determination. We conceded the goal. We didn't have long to get ourselves back in it, and we're taking a lead. We would have all very much liked that clean sheet going into the next game. But if we can take a 1-goal lead in, score a goal early in the away leg, and it becomes really difficult for them again. So credit to the boys for keeping on trying, and every player on the pitch, kept their heads up. Easy to drop your heads, very easy.
30 seconds and change away. Hummels now is going to play it across to Akanji. Looks like even Dortmund have settled for the 2-1 now.
To be fair, like I said to you when I came on after they scored, I said on the balance of play, you'd probably say a 2-1 victory for City is a fair result. So, but the game isn't over until that ref. Even we know in football, even the final whistle doesn't mean anything anymore.
90 minutes. So that's phase 1 done. Phase
Half
1
time.
is done.
Half time in this two-legged affair.
Right, we are going to stay around for 10 minutes or so, just to have a chat, get some of your comments. But yeah, there we go. Full time, City 2, Dortmund 1. That was nervy. That was nervy. But as Kurt and me have said all through the game, you are in the Champions League last 8. You're wanting to win what people claim is the most prestigious competition in the world. You're going to have to win it. And trust me, if you beat these, you're on to Bayern Munich or PSG. So if people are thinking we're going to have an easy ride through this.
They'll talk about this. Phil Foden and Haaland are chatting together. He's rubbing his head. He's got his arm around him.
Yeah. Are you coming to us?
He's probably just saying, I scored, you didn't. The relief in Phil Foden when he gets in that dressing room, because him as a City fan, he would have known how much he messed up. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how well you play. If you miss a couple of good opportunities there, that's what's going to stick in your head as a professional. Professionals are always looking for excellence. You know, you're not going to remember all the good things you do.
Well, you got Ronnie Beaver there, goal Rodri fault, and you got Noah Pearson, our resident Leeds fan, says, was the goal anyone's fault or was it just Haaland's greatness?
Well, the problem is with the goal is you got to look at the first phase, the second phase, and the third phase. Obviously, the first phase is the initial break. The second phase is the flick to the pass, and obviously the third phase is the goal, right? So you can lay blame in 3 different phases. The reality is it was a good move from them. I personally think Edison should have done a little bit better. I think he had a good enough time to get his angles right to put that wide for me. But maybe I'm just being harsh. You know me, sometimes I'm a bit harsh with the keepers. But yeah, it's one of those. At the end of the day, guys, they probably had a goal chalked out that they should have had. You know, we missed a few opportunities. These things happen in football. For me personally, I think 2-1 on the balance of play, given the opportunities happen, I think it's a fair result, in all honesty, for me. Maybe I'm being a little bit biased. I don't know what the other guys thought. But what I want to ask the guys in the chat before we get off is, were you as nervous as me watching that? Because I was bloody bricking it. It was a horrible game to watch. It wasn't an enjoyable watch for me, mate.
This to me is a funny competition, Kurt. Because I sit there and I look at it and I think, I don't want to win the Champions League. And you know me, I'm not that bothered if we win it or we don't. And you know what? When we get into it, and then when I'm doing stuff like this, I end up jumping around like a little kid going, I want to. And it's really weird because the fan takes over and the politics dies down and the fan in you takes over where you want to win every frigging game you play in and every competition you want to win. And that's what it is. So that's why I've always said, will I like to win it? Yeah. Am I bothered if we win it? No. I'm bothered. But then the fan in me takes over on the night like tonight. That, looking back, as a neutral, every neutral will have loved that game. They'll have enjoyed it. You had, VAR decisions. You had disallowed goals. You had everything in there except the crowd, which I think makes these quarterfinals, semi-final nights anyway. So, listen, and the good thing is we go again in a week. There is no 2-week turnaround on this. 8 days. We play a week tomorrow, and we're back. So this is going to be a quick turnaround. The good thing is we're at 12:30 on Saturday, so we can get it done nice and early. I think we'll still have plenty of rotation. Yeah, I think you'll see Zinchenko's. Probably see. I'm happy with 2-1. I could have done without the away goal, but City away from home, I'm more than confident in the way we play away from home, and our away record at the minute He's outstanding.
But the thing is, Martin, when you have the 2-1, the difference is when you have the goal lead is we score an early away goal, they have to come out from a lot earlier in the game than they have to tonight.
There's two behind them.
Because you've got to remember, a lot of our chances came necessarily when they started to press in the game as well and started to push a little bit more forward as well. So that's going to happen more in the next leg when they're away. But
well, Leonard's not confident, mate. He says, I'm not confident at all going into that second game.
I was a lot more confident going into the game than I was after watching the first 90 minutes, if I want to put it like that. Let's put it that way, because they've got players that can come back into that team and make that team better. Let's not forget that as well. So
Doopy says, why did we miss so many chances? Because it's football, mate, and that's what happens
in it, mate.
In football. Listen, it happens at grassroots level. It happens on a Sunday morning. People miss chances. But the thing is, me and Kurt both agreed on here. Foden never let his head drop. He kept plugging, and he deserved it. You know? I think it's a different story. Let's go, Boris. Don't know what that's about. Nat Baker says, Rodri's so poor, it's got to a stage where he isn't improving. I don't want Rodri to become the scapegoat here. Players are allowed poor games.
He had a bad game, yeah. I think Bernardo Silva had a bad game as well. I think there's a couple of people that have bad games. But the reality is, what was it? I can't remember what game it was. But it was a game we're moaning about Mahrez, and then the next game he puts in a worldie, and it's just one of those. Like Rodri in the last 6 months, he's been really, really good, improved in a lot of areas he was weak at. Tonight was just a little bit of a regression, and these things happen in development of players, especially young players playing in big games like this. Like I said, I think in the first half he wasn't particularly helped with the players around him doing the right things, but you can't take away he didn't have a great game tonight. And if you're gonna pick out the poorest performer of tonight, he was the one. So he's very, very right to get criticism, but at the same time, like I always say with the criticism, as long as it's the fair criticism of his performance tonight. But I don't think it's right to say he hasn't improved, because I think that's just not correct for me, mate.
It's not. And listen, we will criticise. Go back earlier on that first half when me and Kurt both agreed we did not like what Rodri did on that penalty, which rightfully got overturned. We both said it was wrong. But listen, I don't hear Liverpool fans going on for 20 years of Mo Salah's this, Mo Salah's that. It happens. People are allowed bad games, but I totally agree with Kurt. To say he's not improving is, I'll be honest with you, in my opinion, garbage. Because I think he's improved a damn lot. I think he really, really has. Because I think there's been games in the last few months, you've not missed Fernandinho. And no one's clamoured for Fernandinho because Rodri's done a job. When Rodri has a bad game, everyone clamours for Fernandinho again.
I think the thing is with this City team is whoever comes in usually does the job. But let's just get into what some of these guys' thoughts are before.
How does it feel to buy your trophies? It feels really good. And guess what? We're going to buy one, get 3 free. It's great, mate, to have them.
You know that you buy one, you get 1 free guy, yeah? You know, I used to work for that guy. Absolute knobhead, mate.
Happier with 2-1 rather than Pools 3-1. Could be worse, yeah.
You're right there, Ronnie, mate.
That away goal will get neutralised. We will score at least 1.
I'm confident
I'm superior being on that, yeah. I think we'll score over there. Alexander Griffin all the way from Oz. Haaland with a surprisingly quiet game. Didn't want to score against his new club. Yeah. Chris Baker, fair play to Dortmund. Yeah, Dortmund played very well. Very, very well. And their game plan was spot on, if I'm honest with you, for me. But we have to take our chances, same old, same old. How many times have we said that about that? Sorry, I'm just big, massive jump there in comments. Let me get back where I was. If I'm honest, the performance wasn't bad. It was just a really good defensive shape from Dortmund. Let's have a look. Hi, guys. A bit uncomfortable, that one, but a win's a win. Still only half time. Without crowds, it's just another game. I said that, Blue Art. These are the nights you want crowds in there. Really, really would. Some Leeds fan talking about money. That's ironic, considering they nearly went bust. Beating Madrid isn't for everyone. No. But let's worry about us rather than Liverpool at the moment, guys. It was a good performance. That's why I'm confident for the second leg so much better. I'm with Blue Art, mate. I'm confident we can score over there.
Oh yeah, I never for a second don't think we can score. I just said that having the away goals have come to bite us in the butt, and we needed to be careful. I was a bit disappointed, like Jack Lee, about us conceding that goal. But like I say, balance of play, we'll take that.
We were wasteful, but we won, and that's all that matters. Yeah, we won. You know, that's got to remember that we have won here. Ronnie Beaver with his general love of Rodra. Bless him. Great stream, lads. Thank you, Michael Fiend. Appreciate that, mate. Leonard London away goals doesn't make sense without fans.
I think the away goal rule is just stupid in general, personally. But whatever.
Weren't they going to scrap that at some point?
That's a debate for another time. Maybe a Friday night social will bring that up as one of the questions. I might stick that in there one time because I don't rate the away.
Haven't they scrapped it for Carabao Cup? They scrapped it for the Carabao
I don't even know, mate.
Final, didn't they?
Rules in football are getting changed so much these days. I don't even know what's what anymore, mate. I think it's one thing, then I find out it's not been that for 2 years, and I'm like, okay, no one told me.
Where is the second leg?
Should be in Dortmund, no?
I don't think we'll be in Germany, mate. Not with their COVID rates. I
don't even keep up with those things anymore, mate. It's been so long. I just don't even.
The trouble is, mate, the whole of Europe's nearly on a third wave, and we've got to go and travel somewhere.
I don't. It's been so long, mate. It all blurs into one with that stuff.
Scott Williams says 5.5 out of 10 for that performance. Had a top chance tonight. Steal a match on the tie. Felt we were nervous and overthinking things. I think when you get, to these stages, nerves do kick in. Of course they do. Would we all love a Barcelona 7-1 or a PSG or whatever? Of course we would. But I will find out where that second leg is. So I'd love to know. Calm down, everyone. We will play better than this game. Of course we will. All right, Martin and Kurt, we could have won that game 5-2. Rodri a couple of passes went astray. But our Phil quality, I thought him, but I thought Kyle Walker was exceptional, but maybe I've seen a different game. I don't know. Foden massive. Nat Baker, one for you, Kurt. Would you play false 9 in the second leg, mate?
Well, in my predicted lineup, I had Gabby 1 goal up top, and that's who I would put in the Champions League second leg. I'd stick Gabby up top.
There you go. They're all saying the second leg is in Dortmund.
I believe it's in Dortmund because we wouldn't have played our game at the Etihad if they wasn't in Dortmund. We would have both played it at neutral venues. Like the Borussia
that, but maybe
that's my understanding. Like I said, I'm not exactly Mr. News and keeping in the loop, so I could be talking completely out my backside.
Won't be the first time.
Nah, it's the usual case, mate. It's the usual case.
The lucky blue glass strikes again. Now hit Rodri with it. There you go. So it is in Germany. Blue Arts is confident, but it won't be a walkover. Nothing ever is in this competition, mate. Nothing ever is. They will set up and well worried us on a few occasions. Could be another. Listen, if it's a nail biter, bring it on. I love a nail biter. It makes it more fun to watch, and it'll make the stream better for you guys. Trust me. Foden with a huge comeback for the first change from his first chance. That was huge. Yeah. Actually made the 4 correct results in a row for me. Just look back. Good man.
Just let me know about the weekend results, Charlie, so I can stick some money down, make a few pennies.
Foden, absolutely beautiful. I'd love to have seen these Foden stuff. He hadn't scored that winner.
But this is football, mate. This is how football works, man.
You know how
it works. It's just how it goes. But the thing is, he had a really good game. The only thing that you would say was poor about Foden was his first touch was a little bit off and he didn't have his shooting boots on tonight. But at the end of the day, he kept his head going. He scored the goal that leads us to a 2-1 victory at Dortmund in our first leg of the Champions League. So credit to the bloke. Yeah. That's what it's all about, mate. Fight to the end. You keep your head going. It's not over till the final whistle. It's all stuff you learn as a child.
Leonard, I thought as the game progressed in the second half, we looked more at ourselves. Maybe enough of the names have gone for the second leg. 4-2-3-1. Christopher Duff, in my heart, head and soul hurts after that. We have to go through all this again in 3 more times on the way to the final. Hey, listen, what are you going to be like if we ended up with Bayern Munich?
Mate, I could only imagine the colossal tremors of nerves we would imagine if we were in a Champions League final and an FA Cup final, like less than a week apart. What would you do for that week? We'd all be like, wouldn't eat, like no, like it would be mental. So one game at a time. Leeds next, then their second leg for this one. But yeah.
See, look, Stephen Dempster is always the resident smiler, is Mr. Dempster. Says Mahrez, Rodri, and Diaz very poor tonight. I disagree with two of them and agree with one of them, but you've seen the game, mate. It's your opinion. Hi, guys. Great win. Who needs Haaland when we got Foden? Foden's going to score his 40-odd goals a season. Good to see you again, Martin. Agree with you on Walker. Very solid. I'm going to give it another 5 minutes, and then we're going to wrap it up, guys, because I'm presuming there will be a post-match tomorrow evenings. Keep an eye out for that. I'm just very worried about our mentality. One thing I'm not worried about, Kurt, especially after coming back from 1-1 in the last few minutes and getting a winner.
Yeah, to be fair, Addy, mate, mentality is one thing I wouldn't question City at, just in general. I think we've had some poor performances, but I don't ever think it's been an issue with the mentality. But that's just my personal view, mate, on that one.
I'm with you. I think that late winner proves our mentality for me.
You've got so much evidence of us keeping on going, us winning 100 points at thingy on the last day of the season with the last kick of the game. Like, you know what I mean? Got loads of evidence of it for me.
So do you guys think Haaland is the right man? I think that's for another night, mate. That's for another night.
We will have talked Haaland to death before the summer even starts.
Yeah. Trust me, Haaland's going to turn into Messi, and we won't end up getting either of them. We get to the final, I'm on the volume. Is it that bad for you, mate? Morning, Martin and Kurt. Tough second half from us. Foden with a big goal. Bring on the second leg, Sir Christian Catley. Yeah, I'm with you guys. And Lee Cullen says, close game, but did deserve the win. If you go off the chances in that second half, definitely. And Kurt, I think you said it, didn't you, Kurt? 2-1 would not be.
Yeah, I said when we were at 1-1, I said we're at 1-1 when we missed those couple of opportunities with Foden. I said on the balance of play, 2-1 is probably a fair result. They had 3 or 4 opportunities, one or two really good opportunities, and obviously the disallowed goals. So maybe a 3-2. But yeah, 2-1. I think we were good for the win. But yeah, it's a great night for us. Like I said, a bit disappointed about the goal, but happy to march on, keeping this run of W's going. And we go on to Leeds next, who's not going to be an easy game at all. They've had a long week's rest. They're completely safe in the league. They've got nothing to fight for, and they can just take every game as it comes and just try their best. So just moving on to theirs. But it's been a great night chatting with all you guys in the comments. It's been good fun. It's been good fun, and I've really enjoyed it. And I know a lot of the guys in the comments have probably enjoyed it.
I'll tell you what, Kurt, there's 119 on it. You all right for 10 more minutes? Jump through a few more comments.
Sure, mate. Why not?
Well, we've got a load on. What do you think about Syria?
What do I think about Syria?
What do you think about that one then?
I like Syria. It's probably the league. I watch England and Germany as the leagues I watch. I watch most of the games, but I'll catch quite a few Syria games. There's a decent amount of teams that are fun to watch. Atalanta's obviously a fun team to watch. Roma's been struggling, but I always like to see what they're doing with my boy Dzeko. Obviously, the Milan clubs are making it a bit more spicy this year. Yeah. Pirlo's getting absolutely none of the criticisms that Sarri had to feel, and I think Maurizio Sarri is probably the most disrespected manager in world football, and I feel really bad for the guy personally. But yeah, I like Serie A. I don't watch it as much as other leagues, but it's getting better. It's getting better, a lot better than it used to be, that's for sure.
Eric Shum, what do you think of the ref tonight? He said the ref likes.
Just go with the first name, mate. Just go with the first name for Eric.
Eric, yeah. Sorry, I've got caught out. That's because I've not been on for ages. That
you got me once, but never again. It's just Eric. Just Eric.
Eric, go on. What did you think of the ref? Kurt?
Oh, he liked us once, didn't he? Like Eric said.
I think someone said that was the same ref that had the Moscow debacle as well.
I believe so, yeah.
Blue out. I don't want to tempt fate, but I thought Haaland didn't look that special. It was just the way our defence ushered
I think
in.
also you got to remember Blue Heart that they played with a guy who never really plays. That Knaf, from my understanding, he's had less than 50 minutes all season in terms of game time in the Bundesliga. So normally he has Sancho, and obviously him and Sancho have a really good connection in terms of their link-up play. So did he get much service? He had two things to do. He had the one with Diaz where he pushed him off the ball, was a little bit off balance, and then he made the save. And then the other one was the flick for the goal. So he had two potential impacts, and he was impactful in one of those things. Just one of those, mate. It wasn't a game of a million chances, was it? There was some good chances for both teams, but it wasn't crazy. It's one of those, isn't it?
I mean, I'm with Lee Cullen here. The main thing is we got the lead for the second leg.
That is the most important thing, Lee. That's for sure. Going in trailing would have been a nightmare.
Yeah. Jack Lee. Well, I've got to go, lads. Take care. Jack Lee and Ronnie Beaver are going. Take care, boys. Thank you so much for your amazing support as normal.
See you in the next one, mate.
Tommy's on. Oh, Chris Baker. Give the lads a thumbs up, please. And subscribe if you haven't. Yeah, come on. Let's try and get 100 likes. We do like 100 likes on these watch-alongs.
If we can, that'd be brilliant.
If you can, that'd be amazing, guys. Tom Hudson, evening also. I haven't been on getting there, getting the great result. It is. It was.
We take those, mate. We take those. That's what I say. We take those. Yeah,
we won. That is the major thing here tonight. We won. Edison, what an impressive save in context of the game. Says Ghosted Grade. Addy's really worried. There's a lot of people worried about this next leg, you know.
I think it's just general nerves, just cityitis and that sort of business, mate. I don't know. I can only speak for myself. I don't want to put words into other people's mouths, but I can only speak for myself. I just get nervous in general. I always have the feeling that we're going to mess it up somehow because that's just what we do. And maybe in 20 years' time, I'll be a lot more chilled and relaxed, but it's just always been the way I've been, mate. I always think we're going to mess it up somehow. We're going to find a way. It's just the City way, innit? It's what I was brought up on anyway.
Always the way, mate. Come on. If we're going to do it, you do it in the City style. That's the best way of doing it. As my dad once told me, he wants to win things boringly. Yeah, winning 5-0 is boring. You're going to win with a bit of style and a bit of panache. So we deserved that second goal for the amount of chances we should have converted, yeah. Eddie with an important save earlier on too. Doesn't make up for his little gaff earlier on in that first half. But listen, Champions League, me and Kurt both said this. To win this competition, you've got to have a little bit of luck. It's a cup competition. To win any cup competition, you need luck. And I think you need a lot of luck in this competition as well. Ahmed wants to start the Premier League. We'll talk about that. We're on the Champions League here tonight, mate. Well, so, I mean, tell you what, while we're on, who was your man of the match for you? Who would you say? Man of the match.
Well, for me, this might be a big shout, might be a bit of a wild one, but I think if you give it to anyone other than Kevin De Bruyne, I don't know what game of football you're watching. That's my personal view. Don't know about you, mate. Who would you have given it to?
I thought Walker was outstanding.
But who scored the first goal and created the other goal in the game that we won 2-1?
Yeah, all right. We see now you're just going down the stats road again.
No, it's not the stats road. It's not stats. It's not about stats. It's about the fact that he impacted the game that we won. Like, if he doesn't create those chances, we don't score those goals, and we don't win.
Walker doesn't play outstanding. They create more.
Walker had a great game. Walker had a great game, and he's up there. When it's on the community poll for like the selection of players, he's definitely going to be in there. But for me, it was Kevin De Bruyne. I don't know what the boys in the chat think. I'm sure they'll come through with what they think soon enough.
Hang on, Andy's throwing his opinion. Just heard Owen Hargreaves say there's not many fans in.
He's got to be having a crack, right, Andy? He's
got
to be having a crack.
He's been living under a rock for the last how long?
Do you know the worst bit is? I always liked Owen Hargreaves as a footballer. I thought he was really good, but his punditry does leave a lot to be desired, that's for sure.
He's bloody football did it, Man City, mate.
Well, the one game.
Leonard said this try is truly poisoned. I don't know why. You know, when you think you got people some. I mean, listen, I get your point with Kevin De Bruyne. I thought he was great. I thought Mahrez did well, but there's some people think Mahrez was awful, and I think he played really well. Go on. I will bow down to your superior.
It's not about bowing down. It's just I'm saying that Kevin De Bruyne
done
the two actions that won us the game, and that's why I gave it to him.
I do get you. I get it. He's conceded.
If it would have been a game of few chances, we won 1-0, and it was a defensive display which won us the game, then you give it to a defender. That's just my view with the match stuff. But let's see what the boys thought. And girls,
let's see what you
think.
We've been behind in recent. Stephen Dempster again, the avalanche of life. It should have been 2-2 there with the positive outlook. Can we get? Do you think the pitch was okay? Just a thought.
It wasn't okay, mate.
It was cutting up for me in the first 10 minutes. You could see chunks coming up off the floor.
I have absolutely no clue what's going on, Alec, regards to our pitch, because in terms of groundsmen, even before the takeover, we've always had exceptional groundsmen at the club. So I don't know. Can't think it's an issue with that. It must be with the lay one they've got down. I just don't know what it is.
Sergio Demos, Walker was okay at best and never man of the match. Will there be a post-match review? This is what we're doing now, mate. We're sort of into it a little bit now.
We might as well, as we started it, might as well finish it off. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. It'd be silly to just jump off. Might as well just do it now whilst we've got everyone here.
There's 130 of you on, so we might as well get it done. Dusted now, guys. KDB man of the match. I agree with Kurt. Chris, KDB was man of the match. Walker and Foden honourable mentions.
That's exactly how I'd put it, Chris. Yeah,
I think he's making us both smile there. And this put, we didn't play poor, Cal. I presume Cal said we played poor. How did we play poor? We beat Dortmund 2-1. Missed about five clear-cut chances, and about 4 of them or 5 of them were all Phil Foden.
Yeah, unfortunately, but you got the
and
one.
Didn't mean poor, but not usually the City standard. Quarter final of the Champions League, mate. I think some fans need to realise we're not going to go out and batter teams 5 or 6 every single week.
Sometimes the only sides in Europe that batter teams are the ones that have the pedigree and have been doing it year in, year out. Like, let's have it straight. Bayern Munich come to any London club and they're slapping them for 5 or 7. Yeah. Easy. You know what I mean? We don't go and do that in Europe, but we haven't been in Europe for 20 years competing for the title every year for the last 20 years. These things come with time, mate. It's one of those.
No one deserves man of the match.
Stephen's a cheery.
He's an absolutely cheery fella. Leonard says they seem to have. We have won tonight, haven't we? Have we won?
Yeah, 2-1, mate.
I'm just making.
I get what people are saying. People what we're expecting, maybe a little bit more from us, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. It's football.
And he says pitch has been totally replaced. We have.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. City looked a bit intimidated.
I'd say nervous was probably more of what I'd say Salzburg, I think San Francisco 49ers. Yeah, I think it's just a bit more like just a big European night, jittery. We've got a lot of young players in that team. Diaz 23, Rodri's 24, Foden's 20, Bernardo's like 25. You know what I mean? Most experienced players we had on the pitch was Kevin and Kyle, right?
There's a few here. I've got Joe Farty says, Mana's quite poor, Rodri poor.
That's fair enough, mate.
Come on. I think we're going to end up regretting the way we played tonight. So some people don't think 2-1's enough.
I can get where their sentiment's coming from, because for me, I think I really wanted a clean sheet, but taking away the lead's the most important thing for me. But like I said on the play, when Jesus came on, we created a lot of good chances. If we would have put them away, we could have been 3-0 up at one point in that game, and it wouldn't have looked battered an eyelid. You know, it's one of those.
I wonder who Ross means here. Happy with that 2-1 against good side. Play 60 minutes with 10 men. Don't know who he means. Colonel Ward says, I miss Champions League as an Arsenal fan. Very depressing. It's like I can't even play FIFA anymore because come first season you sign Mbappe, it feels unreal. One day you might get there, mate. You might get there.
Just go play Football Manager. Arsenal are always overly good on Football Manager every year, so that'll be the game for you, mate.
Notice the pitch was dire. Owen is right, though. Tough opposition. It's not just going to roll over. Stephen Dempsey again with his normal cheery self. Mahrez with his usual crap. I
wholeheartedly disagree with your stance, Stephen, but you're entitled to your opinion, mate, and I respect it.
It says KDB man of the match for me. Foden could have been that if he took 2 or 3 clear-cut chances. Sterling would be slated for missing them.
I made that point, Andy. I said if Mahrez or Foden would have missed the chances Phil would have missed, they would have been coming in for stick. So, you know me, I try and be as objective as I can, unless it's Zinchenko or Fernandinho, because them two are the greatest people in the world. So it's what it is.
Take care, Carl, mate. Take care.
You have a good one, mate.
Alec Johnson, I'd rather listen to you guys than Ian Darkey. So I'm way behind on the comments, and I do apologise. Walker up there, great display. See, wasn't. I thought he was. Hang on. I'm looking at Chris Baker's comment. Right, his agenda is further down. I'm going to get into.
Oh yeah, well we can do a big jump. There's a lot of people on, so we won't be able to get through all the comments because.
Welcome out of the match. Foden messed up a little bit too much for me. So you're upset obviously with the missed chances, which I get. I do get it. I mean, he says Mahrez is on fire. Presume you're an Algerian fan. Foden like a wasp is so good. Agree, Ross. Thought Carl had a great game. KDB though for man of the match for me. We've got to get a little bit of luck and score late on sometimes. I think you mean. Alan in tears.
Correct.
Yeah, Alan is in tears. He thinks it was awful. Thinks he forgot some previous. I don't know what Alan watches.
Yeah. Alan could see us win 3-0 and he'd find something to have a gripe about. It's just
I'm with Andy on this. I'm not sure what people wanted other than a win. Could be worse. I think we've got to win 5-0 every week to be amazing, haven't we?
Well, I think the thing is with it, Andy, is it's like some things, like I always say about the criticism stuff, it's like I'm fine for the reasonable criticism, but when it's just dry, I'm going to just call it what it is. But I think a couple of the players do deserve a little bit of criticism tonight, but on the whole, we played some really good stuff. We opened them up quite a bit, and we were just we're not in a lot of the. You've got to remember back to the very early part of the season when we were having like 20 shots a game and scoring 1 goal, and we were going on about our conversion rate. And like, think back to the last 6 weeks. Go and look back at the stats. It's like four shots on target, 2 goals, 3 shots on target, 1 goal. Our conversion rate's got so much better. So I think it's just a bit of people don't want us slipping into those bad habits of having to create 15, 16 chances a game to get goals.
Yeah.
But our conversion rate's improved a lot, and we keep going and we fight to the end, and that's what the boys do best. And I'm so proud of them because it's very easy for your heads to drop when it's a late equaliser like that late into the game.
I think Stephen Dempsey, Leicester are a better team than Dortmund, and we took them apart.
To be fair, Stephen, Leicester lost to Slavia Prague in the round of 16 in the Europa League. So Leicester are a good side, but I don't think their side's better than Dortmund. I wouldn't categorise it that.
Charlie Everett, our resident, says it was a hard deserved win, a champion's performance. Alan, and he says Alan was apathetic tonight and we won. He was texting me, that is crap. I'm like, what are you watching?
I know, mate. I'm in the beggars can't be choosers camp, so I'm never fussy, mate. I'll take what I can get.
A win's a win.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Beggars can't be choosers, mate.
Stephen Dempsey, Fernandinho needs to start next week. I'm with Ross on this. How was Mahrez crap? I thought he played well tonight.
Yeah, so did I. I said that multiple times on the live. But I thought he's had a good game. I think it's just sometimes with forward players, if they don't score or assist, they don't have a good game. It's just the way it goes sometimes. You know what I mean?
Well, Stephen Dempsey, Ross, I'm still waiting for Mahrez to actually tackle someone. You clearly missed some of the game, mate, because he made 2 or 3 challenges coming back and winning the ball.
I think he had 2 dispossessions tonight, and I think he had 1 recovery. But I could be wrong on the stats because I haven't confirmed those. Those were just what I was.
No, I remember 2 of them because I remember
2, and I remember a recovery run on the right flank. But they're just off the top of my head. Like I say, I deep dive into all those stats when I've got time tomorrow or something.
Yeah, we are going to have a look at it. We're going to give it 5 more minutes and then we're going to shoot. But overall, I'm quite happy with that. I think there was some good performances. I think it was what I would call a professional performance. Andy made a good point. There was a few 5 or 6s in that team tonight. Of course there was. But there was a few 7s, 8s, 9s as well from 1 or 2 players that played really well.
I think this comment from Andy sort of wraps
We
up.
said this, didn't we, when he scored?
Nobody will be more relieved and gutted at the same time than Foden tonight. Relieved he scored the winner, gutted he should have had a hat-trick easy. That's exactly me. And I don't know if you're watching it on the live, Andy, but I made the point as soon as I said if it would have been Mahrez or Sterling, they would have got a lot more stick than Foden's going to get. But at the same time as the criticism, the praise for keeping on going, he done his man so many times tonight on that left-hand side. And I said before the game, our wingers isolating their fullbacks would be profitable for us, and it turned out to be the way. And credit to the boy for getting that goal and keep going, because you could just see the relief in his face when he got that goal. Because he's not an idiot. He knows he should have been putting at least one of those other chances away. So,
well, do you remember when the goal went in? The goal went in, and I went, "Get in!" And then I thought, has it been disallowed? Because it was his reaction.
It was more one of those like,
yeah,
oh, I've done it. Like, yeah, one of those.
It was a reaction of, thank God.
Yeah, one of those, exactly.
Yeah. Thank God that has gone in and it is done. Because I just think he was, and I think he did, and like Gundogan was like, get in. And Foden was just like, I've done it. It took me about 15,000 chances, but it went in and I won the winner. And that's what matters. You try, and try again. And that's for me what I love. Mahrez is supposed to be a good dribbler, yet Foden gets past more players than him. Stephen Dempster, Martin, who deserves an eye, nobody gets more than a 5 tonight. You really watched a different game. You watched a different game, mate. Oh, your expectations are through the roof.
It's just the thing with Stephen is misery loves company, and he wants us all to join him. But I can't tonight, Stephen. I can't, mate. There may be a game in the future, mate, where we're absolutely dreadful, and I'm championing all what you're saying. But tonight's not that night, mate. I think Kevin De Bruyne had a really good performance tonight. I thought Kyle Walker had a really good performance tonight. I thought Phil Foden, other than his finishing and couple poor first touches, had a really good game tonight. I think the poor players, obviously, for me, were Bernardo and Rodri were the 2 poorest players on the pitch tonight. But yeah, it's one of those, like I said, Diaz got put on his bum, but he also made two great blocks and a really nice tackle as well. So it's one of those, mate.
Sean, I'm sure that will be talked about during the week about Sterling not being in starting 11, and we're not going down that road tonight. Stephen, you need to relax on the drinks. He's not used to it. It's great to have you back for this amazing win, Martin. Thank you, mate. Tom, appreciate that. Great reaction from their equaliser. Yeah, that's the great. When did you score? The 82nd, 83rd minute?
Something like that. Oh, yeah.
And most teams shut up sharp 1 each, and we didn't. We've gone and we have determined to get that
84
winner.
Minutes, yeah, it was 84.
And you just got to give it to the lads for that. And I tell you what, they're the kind of performances and they're the kind of goals that win you this competition, because they start giving you the belief. And I've said this before, City's away record gives me the confidence that we will go to Germany and we'll score over there. Because I'm telling you now, I was more confident I was winning over there than winning here.
Well, when was the last time we didn't score? It was the United game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, yeah. And we always know United's a completely different game. We always seem to be silly in those games recently. I've got no doubt that we'll score.
Foden is a special player. He's 20. He's only going to get better. Stockport Iniesta will. He is outstanding. Amazing. How surprising. Well, Kurt, you did talk this, didn't you? How surprising is it? Surprised how Dortmund lined up. Delaney, Reina, Bucky, and Hazard not starting. Yeah,
I said the exact same thing here, and I don't know if you were here at the start, but yeah, I was quite surprised with the lineup. I was mainly surprised with Reina and Delaney not starting, because I really rate Delaney. I think he's really good, but Dahoud actually had quite a good performance in there. So based on the performance of the game, you can't changes things. But I don't know what Chan was doing now. I thought they were going to have Chan as the centre back, but playing him, I don't think Chan's very good. I don't rate that player very highly. But yeah, it's a weird lineup from them. Weird. They're gonna have a stronger lineup for the return leg. Let's not have that. Let's not have that. They're gonna be better. So
I think they'll have a slightly different lineup though as well.
We most certainly will. Yeah, that's the way it goes. Yeah.
Do you wait for like? Because I wouldn't be surprised to see Fernandinho that second leg. It's just that yellow card that bothers me. Because if it is a yellow card and he misses, it's which game do you take this? Because listen, Fernandinho is going to get a yellow card if he plays. So which game do you want him to miss?
I agree with whoever said it. I can't remember if it was Jack Lee or somebody else, but he said, why worrying about games in the future is just irrelevant. The sentiment is let's get through this tie and then we'll evaluate after the tie is done of what we've got going forward. That's the way I view it. What's the point in not playing Fernandinho because we're worried about him getting a yellow card and then we get banged out because we didn't play Fernandinho? It's just sensible.
And if we're that confident on Rodri will do it.
Yeah, exactly. So
Andy says, Kyle, I think Haaland looked dangerous. Nobody shrugs off Diaz. He could have had 2 tonight as well. The signs are there, but will he be a City player? Who knows? Have City got 180 million with all the agent fees to chuck on? I think the circus will be open in the summer and we'll find out. Kiami's on. How are you, buddy? Hi, fellas. Hope you're well. Great win against strong Dortmund side. Pitch was awful, which didn't help. It was cutting up badly. Like I said, they had a 4-iron out in the first half. There was all sorts of things going up in the air at one point. Defence was shaky today. I don't agree with that, but I don't know about... You got to remember...
I think it's the midfield that was poor.
Yeah,
the defense.
Midfield was my issue, not the defense.
I thought the midfield was poor until Jesus came on and Kevin dropped into midfield. That's my personal opinion on it, mate.
Walking against Sancho. From what I'm hearing, Sancho might not be back for second leg.
Touch and go, from my understanding.
Right, guys, we're going to wrap up your last few comments, and then we are going to go.
We have got a Dortmund fan on here that he's saying that it was their best 11, but I just want to post a question to you, mate. Is Knaf really your best winger? Is he really ahead of Hazard, Brandt, Royce?
I'm surprised at that because I thought Hazard would be in there 11.
Like, really? Because you're a Dortmund fan. You know better than me. I don't watch them week in, week out. I watch probably about 10 or 15 games of Dortmund a season, but that's about it. So it's a decent sample size, but it's not 90 minutes every game. So, but yeah, I'm surprised a guy who's played less than 50 minutes you would consider in your best 11, but obviously you know the players better than me.
Thank you, Tom Conn. Appreciate those kind words. Chris, well done, Martin and Kurt. Really good stream. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate that. Don't yellow cards get wiped up after the next game.
I thought they got wiped off.
I thought it was quarterfinals.
I thought it was from group stages to the 16. But like I said earlier, mate, rules. I don't know the rules. I just watch the games of football, and that's all I know about, really. Probably don't know much about that either.
Play Rodri and Ferner in the second leg. Yeah, that's an option.
I would, mate.
Chris is welcoming Salco, the Dortmund fan. By all means, come and join us for the watch along next week, mate. And the build up. More than happy to. You're a Dortmund fan. More than happy to get your insight because you're going to know more than any of us because you've seen it, like Kurt said. Rob is trending. Oh, we're boiling piss.
That's what I was giggling about earlier. I saw that.
Boiling piss everywhere now. Loving it. We've even broke Twitter now. We've broke Twitter now. Get lost, lawyers. Oh, yeah. Salco says Hazard and Brandt have been awful this season.
Yeah, I agree with Brandt's been absolutely awful. Yeah, I do agree with you there. But I think Hazard's played quite well. I know that Hazard's mainly been playing as their left wing back when they've been playing the 3 at the back. So I don't know whether it's a system thing for Hazard or not. But I watched Hazard a lot at Borussia Mönchengladbach, and he's a good player. He's a quality player, is Torgan Hazard. But I don't know whether it's just he hasn't got the right thing. But yeah, I know they haven't been playing great this season, though.
Because he's got a brother who's at Real Madrid, mate.
Oh, he is really good, though. Torgan Hazard's a really good player. He's very tidy.
Yeah. Very, very tidy. Great review, Martin and Kurt. Thank you, mate. On to Leeds. Yes, that's where we are next. Well, we're not going to Leeds. Wish we were going to Leeds. Well, wish we were going to the Etihad. Not to Leeds. If I'm going to Leeds, I'm going the wrong place. Thank you, Martin and Kurt. You're welcome. I'm going to Leeds. I don't know what I'm doing when I get there. I'm going to Leeds. I'll have a walk around the stadium. Now in there, but I'll have a walk around. Think an even game, to be honest. Nothing wrong with their goal. We did say that, Tom Betts. We did both said nothing wrong with their goal. Rodri and Mars were shocking, and we did criticise Rodri as well for the I've broken me nose. What am I doing? Honestly, I thought their goal should have stood, but I thought it was a penalty to us. You can lash out a leg with your back turn. Doesn't matter now. We won 2-1. Let's have a look. Last one. And now I'm nervous for the away leg. If they score and then defend for their lives, it may get very difficult. An early goal, though, would settle the nerves.
I would say to you, Tom Betts, as just a bit of comfort, is Dortmund are not really the sort of team that can defend for their lives.
No.
If it was Atletico Madrid and they had the lead, say it's game over, we're out of here.
Yeah.
But, their defense isn't as good. It's nowhere near. They've got actually quite poor defenders, and honestly, in terms of a unit defended, they've got some good players in there, but like Guerrero and Hummels. But as a unit, I don't rate it too much. They're chopping and changing their keeper every week. So confident, boys. We got this.
Well, that is it, guys. I just want to say a big thank you to every single one of you for coming on. You have been amazing this evening. Thank you so much. Big thank you to Kurt for coming, being my analysis, being my Jamie. No, I won't say Jamie Carragher because
I don't spit on kids, mate. I don't spit on kids.
My Andy Gray.
I don't say abuse.
All right, I'll let you choose then.
I'm just me, mate. I don't want to be one of these mugged off like over the hill pundits,
with his
mate.
Absolute top-notch. Fabulous analysis.
Trying to get me as a woman hater and as a this and a that, spitting on children. You're trying to characterize me, man. This goes on the internet, you know.
I know. What I do. But yes, come and join us. I am back on Saturday at 12 o'clock with the watch along of Manchester City against Leeds United. Beelzebub against Pep Ball. That is going to be an amazing game. And that will be amazing. Tune in. Join me at 12 o'clock on Saturday for that one as our march to the Premier League title continues. And then next Wednesday, we switch gears again back to the second leg of the quarterfinal of the Champions League. But yeah, last few hellos. Great stuff, Martin and Kurt. Thank you so much, mate. Well done, lads. Even though you had a misery guts tonight, Mr.
We love you, Stephen.
We love you, mate.
We love you, mate.
Love it. Have a great night. Ross, thumbs up and a couple of things. Hashtag, I don't know.
Hashtag crumpets for Alan.
Latest blue.
Calm him down.
Great stream, lads. Thank you. Yeah, great stream. Keep it up, Blue. Shame about the clones, but Sodom.
Sorry, it was a bit of a faff for you there, Jack. But I just didn't want to kick you out accidentally and have you nuffed off for however long, mate. So I was just waiting to make sure. Same with Chris, I think, and all the other guys, mate. So yeah, sorry about that, bud.
Give the guys a thumbs up before you go. Yeah, that'd be played. Please hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button as well as we march on to 17K. And make sure your notifications are set to public and not private as well, so you know when we are live. Take care, Blues. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Tyrone. Thank you, Charlie. Peace, boys. Peace to you as well, mate. Salco, come back during the week.
Thanks for joining us, mate.
Mate. Be a pleasure having you on here. Thanks for the great stream tonight. Can't wait for the next. Back on Saturday. I'm losing the thing here. What days are on? Good night, guys. Take care. Great stream. Thank you. Great show. You should be paid. Please watch the autograph clip. It's so bad. I've not seen it. Hashtag Blinkered is trending. Not sure why I'm blinkered. What's that? Anyway, Patreon is now live. There you go. Links incoming. Patreon is now live.
Oh.
So Andy will let you all know about that, but Patreon is now live and Andy will let you know all about that in due course. So there you go. Have some to look forward to. Man City Man TV gets bigger and better for you guys. So there you go. Played like Alan at his crumpets. But guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. City have won 2-1. And that's the main thing here. We go to Germany with a lead, and City will score in Germany. Come on, they will do. And then on to the semi-finals. But let's get this quarter-final done. And let's remember, we've won. We've won, believe it or not. Breaking news, we have won. But guys, take care. Thank you to Kurt, who's been amazing. Thank you, buddy.
It's always a pleasure. It's nice to chat to everyone in the comments. Stay safe, everyone, and I'll catch you on the next one. Obviously, it's going to be Friday Night Social this week's going to be a good one, so make sure you tune in that as you always do. And then obviously on Saturday, I don't know what Andy's got planned for the week, but I'm excited to see what it'll be, just like the rest of you boys. But stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one.
Don't forget Tom's show on Thursday as well. Thursday night, Tom. Thursday night, Tom on Thursday.
Not sure what he's got planned, but it's a surprise as always. I really liked last week, so I didn't get to catch it live, but I watched it back and it was a great show. So
tune in, give me support.
8 p.m.
8 p.m. on Thursday. Give me support. Tom is amazing. Friday Night Social. You know how that goes. It is amazing. And then Saturday, join me back with the watch along for City versus Leeds. But what I'll do, take care. And as always, up the Blues. Take care. City won. Believe it or not.